Hey, I got it. I got it, guys.
I'm so proud.
Look at that. Look at that. How's everybody doing?
So good.
So good.
Not bad.
We're good? Yeah? Feeling ready? Ready? It's been like a 2-week hiatus here, boys.
Yeah?
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
No.
I don't know, man. I got to play more Elden Ring last week.
True.
I mean,
instead of this, so... Not even. We played freaking Lost Ark. I didn't even get to play Elden Ring.
exactly.
Not even worth it.
Man. Elden Ring. I guess this is just a plug for Elden Ring. If you haven't played it yet, go play it, because this is the best game so far in 2022. Quite possibly
Honestly,
in all of 2022.
Or possibly of all time. Hot take.
Whoa.
Listen to this while you play it. That's it. That's how we'll market this from now on. Every now and then we can just start like, ooh, dodge. We'll help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and parrying. It's really good in that game.
And now
Period.
die. Oh, and now die. And now die.
The most important thing you can do, honestly, in that game is to not fight the tree sentinel right out the gate. Just go. Just
I don't know
go
what
explore.
maniacs out there are like, yeah, I can take that guy. It's like, no, you can't. Just leave.
Like he's in like a 10-degree arc. There's 350 more, guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of places to explore. Incredible game. Anyways, welcome back to the Discordant Signal, a multi-arc Starfinder adventure following the crew of the Indefatigable as they travel through the drift in search of, or merely stumbling upon by accident, a myriad of adventures. I am Aaron, the GM, with the sole responsibility of killing the characters, of course, including Ko, played by Alex.
Yes, indeed. My name is Ko, and I will be our frontliner this session.
In every session.
All sessions, yeah. Luna, played by Abe.
It's me.
Twick, played by Caleb.
Hello, I'm Twick.
And Lisk, played by Jake.
Hey, yo, what up?
Last time on the Discord Signal, Twick, Ko, Luna, and Lisk, along with their now rescued friend, Cedona 17, and multiple rescued prisoners, including Chichik, Letram and Tendimacall, Mothkala, Grub, and Frizzo, made their way through the entry hallway of Cell Block J. I literally struggled over cell, and I was able to say Letramanticamal, even though I said it wrong.
Very
I don't
quickly.
even know who that is.
Letty.
Letty.
Does that help?
Good old
Oh,
Letty.
Letty!
Made it through the entry hallway of Cell Block J, taking down 2 guards and a robot. Upon entering your ship and resting for a few minutes, a group of guards entered the dock and found the unconscious body of Ludilius, immediately alerting them that something was amiss. The crew of the Indefatigable, now realizing they may be in immediate danger, took off from the dock and exited through the iris of the prison. The sense of escape didn't last long, however, as grappling and flak turrets on the roof of the prison, radio broadcasts, and the Zadamant were all bearing down on them. After some not-so-clean maneuvering and excellent shots at roadblocks, the Indefatigable entered the drift. A few moments later, Cedona 17 showed up on the bridge and pleaded for the crew to stay in Aslanti space until they tracked down the rune drive before collapsing to the ground, clearly in need of medical assistance. I also wrote that Ko learned some info regarding his last mission with his last quote-unquote family. Sad day. Luna patted down Frizzo, finding some extra weapons. Twick slowed down the oncoming backup forces by disabling the button on the dock door. So it's maybe a good call. You know, who knows? Who knows, really? Lisk barely pulled off actions as the science officer and the engineer on the ship. Also, most importantly, level 5 in book 3. Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go!
Oh, I still need to pick a feat. Shoot. Oh, man.
Okay, anyway. Level 5. How about you guys tell me about what's happening with level 5 with your characters? Whoever wants to go first. Anything cool?
Sorry, I gotta open up my character sheet.
I'm still trying to pick my feet, so somebody else go.
All right, Luna will go last.
Well, we got ability score increases.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that was huge.
Oh, did we? I mean,
So-
yeah, we did. I'm so excited about that, yeah.
I upped. How many things did you up? 3?
4.
4?
4.
I upped
Four?
strength,
Man, I got all
dex, con, and charisma is what I upped. So I'm at 18 in charisma and 18 in strength now. 40
Nice.
stamina points.
Wow.
And then for my feet, I picked up Step Up, So if anybody guarded steps away from me, I can, as a reaction, step towards them.
I don't like this feat.
Nice.
Honestly, we're gonna be having a ton of range combat. Let me tell you, all ranged rest of the time.
Once I'm on them, though, like, how do they get away? I either get to hit them or I get to keep following them.
Yeah, you're gonna miss though. Their ACs are just gonna be so high. Their KAC is just like astronomically high, and they're gonna run away and then shoot you from a distance. It's gonna be good. But then I guess you can chase them down with your explosion thing.
Also, my piloting is plus 13 now, so maybe we won't have as many issues as we've had in the past.
Did it go up by what, 2 this level, or did you put a whole bunch of points in it that you didn't have?
It went up by 2 from skill ranks, and then also 1 from my dex increase.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Cool. How about Lisk? Anything cool with Lisk? Level 5?
Yeah, dude. This is where my frickin' trick attack finally stops being a piece of shit. It is now. Let me make sure I say this right.
Debilitating
it is now
trick?
3d8.
Oh yeah, that's right. It goes up in damage. By
it goes
a lot.
from 1d8 to
lot.
3.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a big step up.
It's insane.
Little bit.
For my feat, I picked up Unfriendly Fire. As a reaction, when an attacker makes a ranged attack against me and misses, I can make a bluff check to try to redirect that against an adjacent target.
I love that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not usually adjacent to enemies.
Might not come up all that much, but
you know.
What is the bluff check against?
The DC is either 10 plus the attacker's sense motive skill, or 15 plus 1.5 times the attacker's CR, whichever is greater.
Man, they really like
just
doing
real
15.
Easy math.
Yeah, they really like 15 plus 1.5 times CR.
Yeah, whatever, man.
All right, that's okay. I mean, it's a good thing you didn't have that at prison, because for some reason, or too bad you didn't have it at the prison, because their sense motive, clearly, very low.
Not bad. Despite the fact that they work at a freaking prison.
Yeah, exactly. Twick.
Well, firstly, my custom micro lab gets treated as an advanced med kit now, which means it's easier to heal everybody.
Doesn't mean you're gonna heal people better.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna, but it means it's easier.
Yeah, it's a fun idea, at least.
Yeah, it'll be better. I'm sure it'll be better. As for my feat, I picked up Amplified Glitch, which is, as a standard action, I can introduce a fast-acting virus into nearby technological devices and scare people, essentially, by making their devices wig out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that seems fun. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Luna.
I was going last.
Yeah, it's taken longer.
We're here. We've arrived. I
don't know if I'm taking.
You can pick it up in a minute. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I've narrowed it down to a couple.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, not a ton. I get 1d6 plus 1 on my expertise, and I get additional skill expertise. So I have diplomacy now along with culture, where I can roll 1d6 plus 1.
Nice.
Okay.
And I get a feat. I mean, that's really it. And the ability boost. So it's kind of not a ton happens. It just makes my stuff a little bit better this level.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
And I think I put my attributes in. Oh yeah, I got my charisma up to 18. And then I went con. So I'm at 10 now instead of 8.
Wow.
And I think I did dex and intelligence for the other two.
Some survivability.
Yeah. My fortitude save is a +3 now. So. And that's with my ring. That's with my ring.
Your ring. Yeah. Oh man, that's rough.
It would literally still be +1.
I left one out for me.
Oh.
Okay. I made my first breakthrough in my genetics field of study.
Oh, okay. All right.
So now I have gene therapy, which can allow me to make people ignore the effects of ability score damage and drain.
Oh, that's so good.
For a while.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just ignoring ability drain. Okay. All right. See if that actually comes into use. Maybe. Okay, before we move on, we had a lot that happened at the end of last session because everything got piled in to kind of wrap up book number 2. You guys ended your chase actually pretty effectively, but you still took some damage. I think I told you took 30 hull points in damage. That is going to take a while to repair. You also got to interact with a temporary character for this next session, Chad, playing Cedona 17. That was kind of fun. It took us a while to put it together, but it's kind of cool.
I mean, I thought it was awesome.
insane.
Jake, your face was basically worth my entire time spent building the character model.
I very much appreciated it. I thought it was awesome.
Is there anything, I know that kind of Chad was talking through an answers, or Cedona was talking through an answers. Is there anything that you guys want me to repeat from what was said during that encounter that would potentially be beneficial to you or helpful as a part of your next sort of foray into this AP?
Can you give us the cliff notes?
Sure.
Man,
Sure.
yeah, it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was a minute ago.
It was a while, yeah.
She clearly has something wrong in her head, which she said multiple times. And she was trying to tell you that you needed to stop the Aslanti, that if they got the rune drive operational, it would potentially give them a powerful strategic advantage over the Pact Worlds, which, if you remember, the rune drive is essentially just some sort of alternate technology to drift that allows them to travel really quickly in hyperspace to different destinations. So they'd be able to outmaneuver, outpace people in the Pact Worlds. You asked her some questions about what happened on Nikondis, and she mentioned that they were attacked by the Aslanti after they found a downed starship, the Royal Venture, which you guys went into, if you remember that. They were looking for something. They took the rune drive, and they took it to study. Of course, they took her along with it and tortured her. They clearly did something with her brain as they put in these sort of nanite fluid to help recall some memories from her and get her to answer questions against her own will. You asked her a little bit about the rune drive. She said it appeared to be some ancient technomagical relic that is indeed some sort of experimental non-drift interstellar starship engine. And they were talking about reverse engineering it, they being the Aslanti. She also mentioned that the warden was asked to imprison her outside of official channels. Which, one thing to note, we didn't really talk about this at all, but there was no alarm set off by the warden when you guys were in the slave cells. I don't know if you noticed that, but she basically just attacked you. She didn't notify anybody else in the prison.
Yeah, I didn't.
Meaning,
notice that.
very few people actually knew what was going on back there, which is yet another reason why it was so, like, a little bit easier for you to actually get back into the room, other than getting the door open.
It was super easy, the whole thing. Real cakewalk.
Basically one session worth of content.
Yeah, absolutely.
You asked about Sardat Zolan Ulavestra. She responded that he was the engineer of the attack on Nikondis, and that the whole thing about the warden asking to imprison her outside of official channels. She was transferred to and from her cell and didn't think that anybody outside of Ulavestra's circle actually knew about the attack, though she wasn't certain as to why they would keep it secret. Could have to do with maybe he's not in the right position to keep it secret or to reveal that information currently, or it would involve more people if he did so, sort of thing. You're not really certain. Going back to the Pact World, she said, no way. We got to stop the Aslanti. This could be a serious problem. The only other thing that she really mentioned that was probably of I guess, higher level importance, she said that her memories were corrupted, but she remembered the prison, being in the prison, and she remembered Aurelos. That she was taken to a different site called Aurelos, Aurelos, though she didn't know where it was, and she remembered being tortured and interrogated there by Zolan Ulavestra to discover what she'd learned about the rune drive. Now, from that, any questions for me, either in-game or out-of-game meta-wise, that you need to know about this information that I could provide to you? Other than the name of the big boss and where exactly this place is, and, you know,
how we
actual
should go
important
there.
information. Yeah.
I mean, I guess this isn't strictly for Aaron. I guess this is more for all of us. So what do we do? Like, who do we know who might know where to go? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't really know a lot from research about Aurelos, and in
Yeah,
fact, we can kind of play this out later if you want. But if you were to ask around, no one knows this name. It's not like something that people have heard of.
Mhm.
It's just a name. It's some place that people don't necessarily know where it is in the Atlantic Star Empire. Your best bet in this case is going to be to try and get that information out of Cedona after she's recovered.
Okay.
But she's currently not in a state to be able to provide you with that information. Granted, you guys are also going to be repairing your ship for a while, so you're going to be on Zed for a short period of time. One thing to note, actually, just to kind of back up on this, when you guys upgraded your ship last time and got your ship repaired, if you remember, like right when you got to Zed, before you headed to the prison, you got your ship upgraded and repaired. Apparently, it actually takes quite a bit of time to repair a starship's hull, but it doesn't say it in the second AP, so I kind of glazed right over it. In this book specifically, it says... hold on, where's it at? Hull damage. Yeah, 5 hours to repair a single point of hull damage.
Nice.
Yeah,
How
and
much
it
hull
takes...
damage do we take? Like
You have
3?
30 points of hull damage.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that'll be a while.
It's
So
okay. We'll
you
get
guys-
like 10 people on it.
You guys, it's going to take like around 6 days for you to repair your hull. Granted, you can also install some Starship upgrades in this time, which we'll get to here in a second, but those take apparently 1d4 days to install. We kind of, again, this is not something I looked at last time, so we kind of just glazed over it. So I just added an arbitrary number of time based on what I had listened to in between when you guys were at Zed and when you went to Golta. So I think you gained like 4 days there, but it's not a big deal. So you'll have time on the station while hopefully Cedona is recovering before you're able to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
What, Alex?
Is that from Starships Revised? Or is that like
No.
base?
It's base, apparently. I've
'Cause,
never
like,
really gone deep
I feel
into
like you take a lot more hull damage in Starships Revised than regular.
That is
'cause shields
true.
are a lot more
You just
powerful.
have a point.
You do take
Your
more hull
shields-
damage.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll adjust that. It's still going to take you time to add upgrades, but let me look into that. That's a good point. It honestly may be less than that since Starships Revised is so different. So I guess to roll back, all that to say, you don't necessarily have a great anything to go off of, per se, of where to find out where the Aurelos place is. I was thinking we would pick right back up where you guys were at when you stopped at Outpost Zed. Does that sound fine with you?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What else?
What evs,
What
man?
else, man?
What evs? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Let me take us back to the outposts. Activate. Bring over our main screen here. All right, so you guys walk back up. This is right after we quit our last session, and Hassachir is standing in front of you, and he says,
I do apologize. My voice synthesizer is still broken, and I must have bumped some knobs and caused the frequency emission to change. I believe I have returned to a normal state. That is, until the parts required to repair the box arrive, and my normal voice returns. Please, accept my apology.
do you accept his apology?
Oh, no problem.
Sounds like you're yelling there, Hassachir, but it's so quiet.
Yeah, it's a shame, because if your box was working, we wouldn't have had to do all this. Just stop.
He looks over his shoulder, and you can kind of at this point still see Talmrin walking away with these Golta prisoners that you kind of rescued, and he will just say,
Talmud is not one for words. Though she may not have said much, I will communicate to you our gratitude. You have done a great service to the citizens of the Star Empire, not on the sentient list, and you have assisted in bringing back those that call Zed their home. We are grateful. As for your current situation, the android will be taken to a makeshift medical bay for long-term treatment. We will have one of the station's doctors look at her to determine what can be done to repair your friend. You may visit her at any time. Will this suffice?
That sounds great. You mentioned fixing up our ship as well.
Of course, regarding your starship, the repair drones will maneuver your ship in a position near the Spacedock so that our crew may begin repairs and modifications. It will take some time. Rather than traversing on the ship, we will use my shuttle to get to and from the outpost to Zed proper. You may use this at your leisure. I will also provide you with a place to stay during repairs, as our work on the ship will most definitely keep you awake. It is a private area on the Spacedock where you can get some much-needed rest. Come, follow me.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, that sounds great.
He is a very nice guy. He's going to lead you over to a slender shuttle, a very small, slender shuttle. And you guys all board it, and though you could tell that it has clearly seen some use, you can also tell that it's in really good shape, which almost immediately gives you just the idea that Hassachir and his crew must do a really good job at maintaining ships. So you have a certain level of confidence in his ability to help you out, to assist in the repairs of your ship. The shuttle departs from the main outpost dock and heads to a small tethered platform floating near the base of Outpost Zed. Though the design is clearly Aslanti, it is different from the outpost itself in its construction and its age. The trip, however, takes less than 2 minutes. It's a very quick trip. The shuttle docks near an airlock on the outpost-facing side of the space dock. The ship quickly engages clamps and the airlock door hisses open. Hassachir leads you into a short hallway with what appears to be only one functional door. On the opposite end, you can see a damaged hallway blocked off by what appears to be strangely welded metal plates. And let me know when you're there.
Good.
I'm there, baby.
Okay. So you're standing in front of this door, and he kind of sees you looking down the hallway at this weirdly welded metal plates. It almost looks like something was broken off, and they just stuck a whole bunch of metal, like part of a starship hull up there, and welded it in place. And he's looking at you, kind of viewing this, and he'll turn back to you, and he'll just say, as he has this card in his hand and he's looking at this door, he's going to turn around and just say,
This used to be part of a larger mining repair platform, abandoned by the Aslanti when the resources from the nearby star system dried up. Most of the equipment of the Star Empire used was destroyed, rather than retained to ensure that nobody else was able to use it. We found 3 pods in different states remaining after the mining operations ceased. This one was converted into a space dock and is commonly used as customer quarters during upgrades. Do not fear the sealed hallway at the end. When we found the pod, a larger chunk of the repair bays had been severed, leaving an open hallway in the space. We permanently sealed it to ensure we could maintain a breathable atmosphere.
I wasn't worried before, but now that you pointed it out,
That's pretty ominous.
I'm a little stressed out about it now.
A lot of people see the wall and they just presume that it was put together haphazardly. Trust me, we take good care of starships as we have taken good care of this station. I just wanted to reassure you that you are safe.
That concern.
Super reassured, but yeah, it was great.
Just great. Just perfect. Okay, so he holds out a key card, and this door opens directly in front of you. And he's just gonna kind of walk in, and he motions for you to kind of follow him. And he steps in here, and you guys can kind of choose to do whatever. Stay, follow, it doesn't really matter.
I'm going back to Zed.
He steps over against this door, and he's just gonna open it. And he'll just say,
To the right, you will find the relaxation suite, complete with rejuvenation pods, grooming and surgical tools, a workstation, and a couch.
and you do in fact see a row of 4 glass-fronted pods resting along the western wall of this room. Hanging over the pods are several robotic arms that are housing a smorgasbord of grooming and surgical tools tailored to meet the needs of a myriad of species.
The needs.
The needs. Oh, not those kind of needs, Alex. A computer workstation stands along the northeastern corner, and what appears to be a wheeled couch can be pulled out of an alcove in the southeastern corner. The large door is the only entrance and exit from the room that you see.
It doesn't look like you've got a preening attachment on these bad boys.
This is true. I'm sure we can work don't get a lot of birds. Sorry, is that okay for me to say?
Yeah, that's not a big deal. Some people like to take offense at a lot of different things, but I'm a bird. It is what it is.
I'm sure we can work with our repair team to add some attachments that will work for breeding.
He's just going to kind of motion you to the other side here, and he's going to step over to this other door, which he will again just kind of open up for you so you can see in there. And he will say,
To the left, a kitchen with a food synthesizer and some booths for you to have meals.
Oh, does this thing make tacos?
Do you mean tachos? T-A-C-H-O-S?
No, tacos. We had them on Nakondis. They were really good.
Interesting. We call them tachos here, but I can see how people would call them tacos. As a matter of fact, yes, it will make tacos. Feel free to enjoy.
you do see in this space 2 comfortable booths that offer a place to lounge and enjoy simple food and drink provided via the synthesizer that's along the eastern wall. A large door heads out to the west where you just came through, and a smaller plastic door exits to the east. Hassachir, again, is just going to kind of motion you, and you see him. He just takes a step forward, and he steps up to this door and kind of presses some buttons on a small pad on the wall, and you hear some hissing. And the door opens, and inside you see what appears to be an airlock. Hassachir says,
"Please follow me into the airlock."
I'm bringing with me a bottle of clear water, none of that soapy crap.
Regular water.
Regular water. So tired of that soap.
do you say this out loud?
No, I just get one from the
Okay.
synthesizer.
Just making sure. Okay. So he presses a few more buttons on this console, and you can hear the airlock. It doesn't do a lot. It's not like what you would imagine an airlock on your Starship doing. It's not moving a lot of air in and out of this space. It's just kind of equalizing pressure. You hear it hiss again, and then the door in front of you opens. And Hassachir is just going to kind of step out here in this sort of dock area. You see a familiar sight. You see your Starship parked directly in front of this dock, its engines pointed directly back so that the cargo bay doors are open and can be accessed. And Hassachir, just kind of pointing around the room, will just say,
"This is the repair bay, where all of the work we'll be doing on your Starship will start from. We have all of the supplies, workers, and drones coming in and out of this space as we make upgrades and repairs to your ship. What is the name of it again?"
It's Indefatigable.
Hard to pronounce, but we'll get used to it.
Yeah, we just call it the fatty.
the fatty. He'll also say,
One additional note. We have removed and disabled already the relic's transponder so that the Islanity cannot track you here. We figured that may be in all of our best interests.
That's a good idea.
Thank you. While that may delay them, they will have some visual images of your ship, most likely from your departure from the prison. So it is only a matter of time until they find you.
And you put a new coat of paint on it.
Of course. What color specifically would you like the ship to be?
Something low profile.
You mean like the Starship bulkhead gray that it currently is?
Something that doesn't look like the images that they might have taken of our ship.
So, let me get this straight. You mean literally any other color than what it currently is?
Yeah, that's what he meant.
Any other color that is not high profile.
I'm like,
If you would like, we could mount some gas tanks or large devices on the outside of the ship to make it look like a different ship, potentially a gas hauler.
That was about to be my suggestion. Let's pull a Rocinante on this thing.
you do see in this room a few things. The view through the space, open on the southern wall, is blocked only by your Starship docked outside. You are currently standing on a 10-foot high catwalk that runs along the northern edge between the set of stairs and the airlock door that exits to the north. You see a large power generator standing against the western wall and a control booth to the east with a mass of robotic tools hanging under it overlooking the area. And you can tell these are like pretty standard for like star docks. This is how they actually work on the ship from inside so that not everybody has to be in pressurized suits outside. These arms extend a long ways and can actually access the ship from in atmosphere. It's pretty neat. The last thing that Hassachir will say, he will say,
last but not least, behind the repair equipment and accessible through the kitchen is the control room, where these large articulated repair arms can reach out to a starship and make repairs without leaving atmosphere, which the GM just clearly explained. We'll be using these from time to time to repair the hull and add upgrades to your ship. Speaking of which, you can add any upgrade to the requests on the console in your room. It will take some time to repair the hull damage you've sustained, but we can work towards adding any upgrades during that repair time.
Alright, yeah. Wait, is NOS one of the options?
NOS.
Can we get some NOS on this bad boy?
Quite possibly. Who knows?
Yeah.
He's just going to say,
Our team is going to get ready to start working on the starship. Is there anything else you need from me before I depart?
I don't think so. As long as you got that slug guy, as long as you get him situated somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Do you mean the creature that you call Grub?
Yeah, Grub, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, Grub. That was his name.
I was gonna call him Worm.
Worm is close. Yes, I understand this term. There were worms on my home planet. We ate them from the soil. They were delectable.
Delectable, okay.
We will take care of Grub. I already have him planning on meeting some of the station's personnel and attendants and occupants to see if he can find a place, since he does not know where he's from or what race he is.
Oh, good.
For now, I will depart. Please make yourself at home.
and he's just going to kind of start heading out, walking away. You see he's able to open both doors this time. He just kind of walks through. It seems like maybe it was just taking the station a second to equalize the pressure between the docking bay and the main area of the hallway here. But he is just going to kind of walk through. He'll shut the door on his way out, and then he will leave you. So,
20
what
tacos.
would you like to do? Oh, the door you just walked up to is locked, but you can attempt to unlock it if you would like.
Fascinating.
We should have asked him. We didn't ask him where it went, huh?
I thought he said it went to the kitchen, but I guess this is the kitchen, huh?
Yeah, he said it went to the. Honestly, I don't know how quiet I am when I'm talking as him, but he said it went to the control room.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
No,
goes down
you
here.
come through pretty good.
Okay. I don't know why they're so different this time. They worked so well last time. Who knows? Voice mod, just broken.
Man, Ko got in that pod real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before he's done explaining it, I feel like.
Did you just jump in it? Like, do you?
Yeah, I'm gonna get in it. Get in the pod.
Did you like do anything to it before you jumped in it?
I'm assuming you'd like play in it, and then you'd. It's gonna be like control panels and stuff.
You can just lay in it. No, it shuts over you. That's
Like,
it. Yeah, it's like an enclosed pod. You get inside of it, and it shuts over the top of you.
Tank.
It's not like Prometheus when she like lays in the medical chamber and then it's like controlling it on like a touch screen.
Are you talking about when she does surgery on herself?
Yeah, when
Is
she
that
does
what you
surgery on
wanted to do
herself.
right now?
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, you. We can just kind of walk this back.
Did I
real
get a
quick.
tutorial from Hassachir before you left about
There
how
was
to
no
use this?
tutorial, but if you would have stopped at the pod before you just jumped in it and pulled the door shut, you could have seen some things. But you're inside of it now. Are you sleeping?
No. I gotta look at the pod. What's up with the pod?
Okay, you open the pod. I'm gonna need a engineering check or actually probably just an engineering check.
Wow, that's...
You're good at those, right?
I believe in you.
It's trained only, though.
Oh my god.
Can't do that.
Yeah, get in. I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. Is there a remove liver button?
Okay. You guys have made it to the Spacedock. Hassachir has left you here. He's going to start working on things. Importantly, he did say that you could indicate to him what upgrades you would want on your starship as a part of this this process, upgrading your ship. And he said you could put that on the console in the corner. So I figured, actually, we would just kind of talk through Starship since we never get actually a chance to do so. You don't have a lot of build points to use, so I was thinking maybe we would just talk through it during the session. Shouldn't take a ton of time. Unless you guys would rather do it off session.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We could do it now.
Well, since my macros are, for some reason, just doing whatever they want to do, let's just do this for the time being and see if maybe they'll fix themselves. Who knows? Who knows? Okay.
That's how it works usually, right?
That's totally how it works.
You can ignore the problem for long enough and it fixes itself.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%. So, you guys are up to tier 5 on the Indefatigable, and that means you have 140 build points. Currently, you're at 120 build points. Is there anything specifically you would like for Hassachir to add to your ship?
Oh boy.
Anything you felt like wasn't working well, or could have worked better, or...
Is there like
we haven't fought since last we upgraded it, right?
Right.
Yeah, we haven't actually used it.
Could we get like a better pilot? Is that one of the options?
No.
Actually, yes.
That would
you
be
could.
much appreciated. It's called autopilot.
No.
Well, you could get. What's your bonus right now, Alex?
13.
All right, so you could get a Mark 14 mainframe. It would cost you way too many build points, but you could. You could get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Goals.
Yeah. Goals. Yeah.
So one thing we could go for if we wanted would be a additional power core.
You could do this.
In case we feel like we're going to run out.
It will cost you a little bit because if you're going to put a power core in one of the expansion bays, the housing costs 10 build points. So that means you'll have 10 left, which means you'd have to buy a power core for 10, which you could do. Not impossible.
That's just one of many options. Just tossing it out there.
I'm looking to see what power core costs are here real quick. Those are drift engines, power cores. You guys are a medium starship, so the costs of a power core are 16 for the ultralight, 8 for the light, 4 for the standard, and 8 for the heavy. Oh, and 16 for the ultra heavy. That's on page 35 of Starship Survives, by the way.
Thank you.
If you'd like to look at that. Other things that you're currently low on that could be beneficial, you currently have no cloak. You could add a cloak to your ship. What that prevents is people from scanning your ship, learning things about it, learning your weaknesses, yada, yada, yada.
Oh, good luck.
We don't have any weaknesses. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else you don't really have a lot of. You have good weaponry right now.
Yeah,
4 guns.
I'm very happy with our weapons right now.
Your power core is pretty good. Honestly, your shields are pretty good. Your hit points have gone up to 140 hull points. Sorry, not hit points, hull points. This should be at 110 still. Your sensors are pretty short range. Right now they're Mark 1 Scout. You could upgrade those. You also have only one set of thrusters. If you wanted to have multiple sets of thrusters, you could add another set of thrusters.
Wait, how
But
does
those
that
are
work?
expensive.
Yeah, how does that work?
You can just swap between thrusters.
Oh.
So you can go like really fast in one direction instead of needing to turn
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah,
something.
we could get like hairpin turn ones and then get the hell out of here once.
Yeah, so for instance, if you had M3 thrusters, your speed is 3, but your modifier is 0, which means you can do specific piloting checks a lot easier. Or if you were to have, for instance, M6 thrusters, your speed is 6, but your modifier is -7. So it's way harder to do things as a pilot with faster thrusters. So you can swap them out on the fly.
Interesting.
Yeah, kind of a cool system.
Yeah.
Anything that stands out to you guys, though?
So if we wanted to spend all of our build points, we could get the next shield rating of shield. So we could have 10 on the shield rating instead of 5. But that is all 20 of the build points.
Shields are a lot of build points.
So I don't really know what else we need. I feel like we're kind
We
of
have a lot
okay
of
on
guns, right?
most other stuff. Yeah, our
Yeah,
offense,
Great on guns, I think.
our offense is awesome.
I will say, because the next time you'll probably be flying your ship, hopefully you will have a magic officer. Those things do also take like power from your power core. So it could be beneficial to have more power. Since you have a small core, you're basically expending almost all of it every time you do anything, and then you're regenning it rapidly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did. When we ran the numbers, we weren't expecting to have another crew member.
True.
So it changed the math a little bit.
Not
But
a ton.
I think we're probably still okay.
How much power are we talking about using for those actions? Just at an average.
Let me look here real quick. Actually, doesn't look like he's really take any juice. So if he's on the gunner seat, then it would take power. Otherwise,
Sure.
it's magic points.
And we
Which-
could slap the 4-point on there with a 10 cost to make the spot for it. That's 14. And then we can still afford the base cloak for 5.
Not bad.
That gives us 50 more PCU.
50 PCU. That's a lot of extra PCU.
How
Sorry,
much
does
extra
it?
regen
Yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
is that
So
one?
bel-
It's bad regen, right? It's 4 regen.
yeah, it should be pretty
Not bad.
low.
That's like, it's less than half what we have now, though.
Yeah. But it'll be added on, right?
It'd be in addition to, yeah.
Oh, I see.
extra
I
40%
see. I
regen.
misunderstood. Okay.
We're like using one of our cargo bays as additional
Yeah.
power space.
So basically, we would have 50 total, and we'd regen 14 every time?
We'd have 80 total.
80? An additional 50? Jeez.
Additional
Louise.
50 and additional 4 regen, so regen 14 every time.
I mean, I guess my concern with that is it even possible for us to use that much? That feels like overkill. Maybe if we find 2 more NPCs. Can Worm can work a gun, right? Not Worm. Grub can work a gun. Call him
You don't
Worm
know.
again. What's wrong with me?
Maybe he can work a gun. Who knows if he's going to be effective at doing it?
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be effective. Just put shots in the air.
Interestingly enough, magic officers require magic points to activate. They behave much like PCU costs, but are consumed only after a successful check, unless otherwise specified.
How do we get magic points?
It says
do we need a magic core?
they use magic officers use actions to build up mystical energy, then unleash it to create powerful additional effects.
That's cool.
So if you focus, which the DC is 8 plus 5 per magic point you currently have, then you gain magic points. So let's say you wanted to gain magic points. He would focus. If Chad as Cedona wanted to gain 1 magic point, his DC would be 13. If you wanted to gain 2 magic points, his DC would be 18. 3 magic points, it's plus 5 for every point you gain. And then you can spend magic points to do specific things, like Eldritch Shot or Disruptive Haze or internal communication scrying, things like that. So he would not necessarily be spending your PCU. I was thinking those were also in line with the PCU. But if he was firing a gun, it would be beneficial to have extra power.
What's our maneuverability linked to? Is this the frame?
Right?
The frame.
Okay, so I can't really change that.
Yeah, because the way that maneuverability worked in regular Starship combat, it was directly associated with the thrusters, which doesn't really make sense because you could put like small thrusters on a gargantuan starship and have perfect maneuverability. So this version looks at the actual mass of the ship, and then it indicates how much you can turn based on that ship's mass. So you guys currently have what, +1 to your maneuverability?
Yeah.
Whereas that means you got to move one space before you can turn one time. Whereas if you're flying an Ultranaut, which top speed of not an Ultranaut. Let's say you're flying a battleship, which is a giant ship. The top speed for a giant ship is 3, but its maneuverability is +3, so it can turn once.
At full speed.
At full speed, it can turn once.
Jeez.
Okay.
It doesn't really need to turn though, because it's got guns galore.
True.
Yeah. You got a point.
Can't
on
really
something
improve
eventually.
You can't really improve it. No.
I mean, I like our ideas of power core and cloak or shields.
Shield.
I think those are really good because still I don't really know what else we would do. What does mainframe? Is mainframe what you were talking about having like an autopilot?
Correct.
Could it do tasks other than piloting?
Yeah, so if you wanted to do something like just straight computer actions, you mean?
I mean, could it fill a different role? Like, could we have it be a gunner, or could we have it be a? I mean, magic officer would have been great if we didn't have Chad coming, but
Yes. So, autopilot. It says right here is a special system on most starships designed to automate certain tasks. The role of autopilot can automate. The roles that the autopilot can automate include pilot, science officer, and gunner.
okay. No magic officer though.
No magic officer.
Womp womp. Okay. I don't see a huge benefit in that because those are all roles that we're very good at, actually.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I stick by what I said. What does minimum? You said we can afford the worst cloak, right? If we upgraded the power core as well.
Yeah, I think so. The minimum cloak's going to cost you... Let me look here. Cloak. Spreadsheet is so big. Minimum cloak. Rogue cloak costs you 5 build points.
What does the PCU drain on cloak? How does that work? When somebody tries to scan us?
The amount of power required to activate the cloak.
Oh, okay.
So you can activate it in 2 ways. You can activate it outside of combat, which means the power core must have a maximum PCU greater than or equal to the cloaking device's PCU cost to maintain it. Not a problem in your case. Or during combat, at the start of each of your ships, this must be both of the same. At the start of each of your ship's turns, you must spend the listed amount of PCU. If you're unable to pay the PCU cost, the cloak burns out, cannot be reactivated until combat's over. So you activate it outside of combat for 1 times your size, and then during combat you can just maintain that for 1 times your starship size, which I believe you're a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, size mod 3.
So what does it do?
The cloaked, it, where's it say this at? Cloak.
So
It's rating.
Ship
Yeah.
becomes invisible to both
While active,
sensors and naked eye.
there you go. +2 AC and immune to all effects targeting TL.
But what? I'm sorry if you said this. I was trying to find it. What's the rating do for us?
The rating is the output level. Sensors with a penetration range greater than or equal to the cloak's rating completely ignore the cloak's effects. So right now, for instance, on your ship, you have a Mark 1 Scout, which has a rating or penetration of 1. So if it is equal to or greater than the cloak, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Gotcha.
and we have like the worst sensors.
Yeah,
You have-
it
So
sounds
you
we
have the
like
worst
really need
sensors.
like a cloak to.
yeah.
accomplish
I
something.
can't imagine getting the lowest level cloak actually helps at all. Then it does make me wonder if upgrading our sensor has suddenly become more valuable. But we can not worry about that for now if we didn't want to.
Okay.
We've not used our sensor, but I'm curious what they accomplish for you. Like
Well-
learn about the ship. You learn about it when it shoots at you. It's like, oh, got a
But
big
I
Gatling
mean, it
gun
sounds
now.
like they also counter cloaks, right?
True.
And if they're
They do
cloaked,
count.
you can't
That's true. That's a good point.
you can't do TL stuff.
Yeah,
Which
you
I-
can't launch missiles.
Yeah, right. Which like
Correct.
That's a good point.
sucks.
I didn't
That's
think about
my
that.
only thing. We haven't run into anyone who uses a cloak, so I don't know. But Aaron is the DM, and now I've said that our sensors suck, and cloaks are really good against that. So I've dug our own grave.
Importantly, a cloak also gives you a modifier to science officer checks. So if you had a better, or not cloak, sorry, sensors give you modifier to science officer checks. So you have better sensors, your rolls are easier against enemy starships. Because it adds to that mod. So right now you have a Mark 1. That means your modifier is 0. If you upgrade it to a Mark 2, your modifier is +2.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, you're good. I don't know.
And-
Anyone feeling any kind of way?
Well, sensors are starting to sound pretty good for upgrading at least.
A little
Yeah.
Are
bit.
they? Are
What can
they?
we get? We can go Mark 1 to Mark 2 for only 5 build points to get 2 penetration.
That's easy.
I do like that more.
Oh, you pay the difference?
Pretty sure.
I do, because
That works
I don't want to run into someone with the world's shittiest cloak, and we're just like, back
Yeah.
when sensors sucked, we didn't put any money in them.
We could upgrade sensors and still get the PCU then.
Yeah, and get the PCU.
Actually, that sounds perfect, because I think a level 1 cloak might just be useless. That might not do anything at all.
The fact that it's
Yeah,
equal to makes it useless.
Yeah, it means if they have sensors...
They have to have the built-in sensors.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're screwed.
Honestly? Nah, I'm not even gonna.
It's like, as long as they don't target by looking out the window, they'll still find us.
What are you not going to, Aaron?
Hold on, let me
I
pull
hear
this
you
up.
clicking.
Yeah, we hear lots of clicking.
I just want to see what the Zandamont or whatever it's called had. I'm pretty sure it had built-in sensors.
That would have been enough.
Yeah. Nope, it didn't.
Really?
It didn't have built-in sensors.
So close.
So no sensors.
Would have not worked out.
sensors
No, it had
whatsoever.
better sensors.
It
Than
had better
built-in
sensors than
Oh,
built-in.
I see.
Built-in
I
is the
see.
lowest.
I thought it had built-in. I thought it would have actually made a difference for you if you had a cloak, but it definitely has sensors.
I
So
think
even that,
until we
dude.
can get at least a Mark II cloak, it sounds like maybe even a Mark III.
Which is
It
stupid
might not-
expensive.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cloaks might just not be the way to go. Until we can drop, like, yeah, let's get big boy cloak.
Yeah.
Wow, that is expensive. Holy crap.
How much?
Okay.
75 for the Mark
gold
III.
points?
Oh,
The Shadow Cloak.
yes. All right.
So, no cloak.
So you guys want to upgrade sensors and power core? Get a secondary
Oh,
power
dude.
core?
You know, we
Sensors
should-
are also expensive, so they kind of go up in tiers. And also remember, the one important part about sensors is they have a range. Currently, your sensor range is 3.
Oh.
So if you're not within range of a ship, you cannot use your sensors to do any of the science officer actions that require sensors.
Fast.
You're fast?
Yeah, we're not that fast. We're kind of fast. Cool.
I just
Not bad.
okay. Here's what I'll propose. Let's upgrade the sensors, the power core, and have them paint the ship black. That's basically
That's basically
cloak.
cloak.
Vanta
At
Black.
all the-
base.
at all
Vanta
times.
Black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna use that paint they used on the Expanse to launch
Oh
those.
It's
my
only a
God.
problem whenever you fly in front of the sun. That's it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or they have those satellites that see Martian spaceships. The cloaking technology satellites. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right,
The
Mark.
thing about sensors get expensive, sure, but there's like so much more options.
Yeah.
So they get expensive like slower over time. There's
Plus-
4 levels of cloak.
Plus, yeah, each time you get your sensors, they get better. Whereas the cloak, it's like you're basically just gambling on how good their sensors are, and everyone's got at least one.
I mean, keep in mind there's only four tiers of sensors. There's well, technically there's 5 because there's a 0, but then there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it just keeps looping through that between the Scout, the Oracle, and the True Sight. They're all 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, but if you just look at penetration, like we can get level 4 penetration for 40, and we can go only get level 2 cloak for 75.
It was 3.
Insane.
I think it was
level
3
3
for
was
75.
Okay.
I feel
Which,
like
still.
level 3 is 75. Yeah, I feel like the reason is because if you had a cloak and you can completely prevent science officer actions on the enemy ship, it needs to be worth doing that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, the thing is, right, if it works, it's amazing. And if it doesn't work, you just sunk 75 build points into stone cold nothing.
New plan, sell a bunch of stuff, get 100 build points, get the best cloak.
Never be seen by anyone.
Yeah,
Never
we're
be
on
seen
target.
by anybody
We're level
until
like
yeah, like the next
17.
several books will be fine.
How easy would the prison break have been? We could have just parked next to Cedona.
Oh man.
All right. You guys want Mark II Scout and then the extra power supply? Power core?
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me. I like that plan.
Yeah.
Mark
Yeah.
II Scout, extra power core. This is what you're going to give to Hassachir?
Yeah. Oh, I
Through the console?
better not change it here yet, huh?
No, I'm just kind of in game. You're kind of computing this out, sort of processing it. So you're providing this to Hassachir to upgrade the ship per se.
Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead and change it in there. That's fine. I didn't mean to say not change it.
Anything we can get with 1 build point.
Look at the cargo
Yes.
bays.
Holodeck.
Holodeck.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure it's 1 build point.
Maybe.
We can do our beach episode.
Holodeck. I don't even see it. Oh, it's called something different. What is it called? It's called a hack or something.
Heck.
I
Recreation
don't even-
suite.
Recreation suite?
That
Maybe.
actually might be right.
Yeah, if you guys want to get a holodeck, go for it.
Why not? If we got the build point, right?
Creation
HAC.
suite. Boom.
Recreation
Yep.
suite. And it's got a
That's what it is.
holographic amusement chamber in it. A hack.
Incredible.
Yep. Oh yeah, there
As
it
long
is.
as we don't get stuck in it for some weird reason.
We're down to
got a-
only one
I
cargo hold, guys.
definitely haven't watched Star Trek at all.
we
It's
we
got
don't
a
get stuck in
vid
it
game
for some
arcade.
reason, and for some reason the safety controls are turned off, and if you die in the holodeck, you die in real life.
Oh my god.
How many times does that happen then?
Dude, so many
Feels
times
like
in
a
Star
lot.
Trek.
Is
It's so
that-
good every time. I don't know why, but
So Star Trek's basically just SAO, is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no.
okay. So you input what you want to get out of Hassachir for the ship. He's already indicated to you that it's probably going to take 5 to 6 days to repair the ship's hull and add these add-ons that you have. Actually, let me go ahead and roll for this. Yeah, it's going to take
Invisible.
5 days. So you guys are here. Anything specifically you would like to know about the space you're in?
How do I use this pod?
What's up with these?
You said this is
What's up
This
with these
is-
pods?
an Aslanti drilling thing or something, mining.
It is. It is a former mining rig that was owned by the Aslanti Star Empire to get minerals off of the planets that are nearby, a lot of which are uninhabited.
Is
Was that
this
what the
setup like
explosion was
completely
earlier?
custom, or is this
It's-
how the
Mining. layout
layout was for the original?
No, this
thing.
seems to be customized to Hassachir's needs for having a space dock. He mentioned at one point that they kind of rebuilt it, repurposed the rooms to make it meet the needs of people waiting on their ship to be repaired, and that's kind of what you're seeing here. Alex, did you ever make me an engineering check?
I didn't, because I don't have engineering.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
it's trained only.
Anybody else want to look at these pods?
I do actually.
Okay.
22.
22. All right. You would realize or recognize these as rejuvenation pods. You note that where Ko touched the pad earlier, or touched the pod itself, it actually just, the entire outer side of the pod is like a sensor, and it activates to touch and opens up the pod. You can crawl inside. You know, just by the technology, the similarity between what you've seen in the Pact Worlds, that this is a space that you can rest in for, if you do for a minimum of 6 hours, you awaken refreshed, completely groomed, and with the benefits of detect affliction and remove lesser condition, if needed.
Ooh.
Completely groomed. That'll be nice change for some of us.
Completely groomed. And preened. You also know that these pods, let's see, detect affliction when you're inside of one of these pods is actually displayed on the digital readout on the inside of the pod. While you're laying in there, you can see it on the sort of screen. And you have to, you can like reduce that affliction, but you still have to succeed at a check to actually reduce it. You have to know what you're doing. But you get a bonus, +4 circumstance bonus when you make these checks. They also remove any waste from a creature's body, negating the need for a lavatory in the
Okay.
space dock entirely.
Fascinating. Okay.
You know what? Don't like these pods
I
anymore.
don't think I want to use.
What Don't know what that mechanism is, but no thank you.
Twick, you specifically would notice that these pods have a spot to insert what appears to be a cred stick. And you think that if you inserted a cred stick in these pods, you could spend credits to receive an infusion of any common serum of enhancement. The
That sounds
process,
awesome.
the process would take approximately 6 hours, because that's how long it would take to actually recycle your blood back into your bloodstream with the serum in it. And it would be completed while you were sleeping. They would also, based on the technology you see here, remain dormant in your body until the affected PC, one of you guys, whoever decides to activated it as a standard action, at which point it lasts for 1 hour.
Interesting.
You can, with this specific serum, you think you could do it into a single creature per 24 hours in each one of these bays. If it hasn't been used in this period, it dissipates harmlessly into your bloodstream. No big deal. But it's there in case you wanted to use it.
Seems good.
Still don't love the idea of it pulling out all my blood and putting
Okay,
it back.
If you
like a transfusion,
I think
man.
I can maybe craft serums. I think
You
it
know
takes
what?
a while, but
Lisk is just gonna eat tacos from dusk till dawn. Like, let's go.
You did see Hassachir before he left. He did go over and program the food synthesizer so that he would make sure that it would do tacos,
And
and
not
it is
tacos.
ready to roll.
Now, I
Yeah.
am curious if tacos and tachos are actually the same thing.
You gotta do
Yeah.
a side-by-side taste test. You
I'm a
know?
little
Yeah,
worried.
obviously.
what these tachos are gonna be.
Yeah.
Luna, Twick, or Co, anything else in this room that you guys are currently in?
What was up
Yeah. What's the? Excuse me, that control
That-
center too.
Yeah, that's the computer that you entered the information about the Starship that you wanted
Okay.
upgraded. It also contains Outpost Zed's local infosphere. Not a lot of information, but there's some on there. It is entirely in Islanti language. You notice that. You also see that there may be some secondary systems in here that you could attempt to access if you would like.
Secondary systems like.
You don't know. You can't really tell. You can just see there's other things running in the background. You
Oh.
Control-Alt-Deleted pulled up Task Manager, or whatever the shortcut key is to directly pull up Task Manager that I never remember.
Oh, shit, just-
Control-Shift-Escape. Ah, there we go. Yeah, and you looked at Task Manager. You saw these multiple other tasks running in the background.
Are
That's
we being spied on? Is that what that is?
Oh. Yeah, the
Perception
cameras
check?
anywhere?
Perception check.
Except.
Oh, they got it.
Ugh.
There's some,
Or do they? Okay, I'll roll it too.
Hey,
Jesus.
22 is not bad.
Okay,
get
fine,
outta
you beat
here.
me. Fine,
20
fine.
We rolled
I'm
the
honestly
same.
surprised. Ko, why didn't you roll?
He's asleep.
I'm in the
He's in
pot.
the pot.
22. Yeah, you don't see any cameras in the room.
Yeah.
You just think there's other software running on this computer. You get the sense that this is Hassachir's, like, one of his operating computers for when he's working on ships and whatnot, and he probably has some information on here.
Is there anything like decoration or anything that can give me any insight into, like, is this set up for Hassachir himself versus does he bring a lot of people in here?
No, actually, in the room, you only notice a couple what appear to be like paintings. Really, they're hanging on the walls, and they're really nice, like landscape photos with like multiple suns or multiple moons setting. Very like relaxing, non-threatening
Like
paintings.
hotel
that are-
art.
Very much so, and you get the sense that this is almost exclusively used for people staying while Hassachir is working on their ship.
Alright.
You
Anything? Yeah.
said that after the pod you'd be refreshed. Is it just your normal, like, rested healing from that?
Yeah, it's just normal healing, but you do gain the two benefits from the pod, which are
waste removal.
no, that's
No.
that's an ancillary.
Good
benefit.
here.
I don't know, it sounds pretty primary to me. It feels like a big one.
You get detect affliction and remove lesser condition if you require it after sleeping in these
Oh.
pods.
Oh, it removes that lesser condition.
Until it becomes not a lesser condition.
You know, it just occurred to me, if I'm eating all these tachos, I'm going to need to
Yeah.
remove that lesser condition
Not
pretty
even
soon.
lesser condition, you're saying.
Yeah.
And that's a condition it can't remove.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty major,
Depending
I
on
guess.
how much hot sauce you put on those cabellos.
Do not go in that pot.
Other things that are important to note, you guys clearly have free access to this space. You can eat here, you can sleep here, you can also use the shuttle to go back to Outpost Zed. You actually see on the computer that it is indicated that Hassachir has sent it back. He traversed back to Outpost Zed and has sent it back here so that you guys can use it to whatever use you'd like to.
Nice.
Okay. I'm just gonna get some tachos.
Get some tachos, okay? Anything else you'd like to do? There are plenty of things to do on Zed, or are you guys just going to spend your entire 6 days just literally in the pods and eating tachos?
Is that the time to fill up Cedona, or are we just waiting on ship upgrades?
You don't know particularly about Cedona. You know, they just took her to a medical bay, a makeshift medical bay in Outpost Zed that they said
she's
you have
not even
access
here,
to.
is she?
No, she's not with you. She's on the outpost.
I'll check
so-
up on her daily, at least.
Okay. Okay. Just you?
Oh.
Okay, are you going today?
Yeah.
I'd go.
All right.
Probably end of the
Yeah.
day today.
Okay, so now we're going from Twick to multiple people going. All right. Is everybody
Yeah,
going to check
that's
out?
what I was like. If we're talking about what we're
splits the
doing right
party
now, and Twick is going to check on Cedona, Luna would go too.
Okay. All right. Let me just take you back over to the outpost because there's other things you can still do in the outpost. Remember, there's vendors and whatnot. You can get some tacos to compare with the tachos. Lots of things. All right. You guys should be here. Hassachir is not standing here.
Did we get paid?
You did get paid.
Yeah, we got like 1,000 each or something.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up.
1,000 each.
You got 1,000 credits for each PC returned alive. Each one of the ones you rescued, which is 3. So you'd get 3,000 credits total. One additional note that I didn't mention earlier, I meant to talk about, but we kind of got distracted by Cedona's questions, was while you guys were standing there when Frizzo left the ship and he had a conversation with Ko, Jake, can you make me a perception check?
I sure can.
Okay.
Good, yeah.
25. Perfect. You were a little ways away when Frizzo and Ko were having the conversation, but specifically when he was talking about his encounter, if you remember, he said something to the effect of he doesn't know the name of the anonymous buyer that put them on the mission that they went on, but he does know that they originated in Akiton because he was supposed to deliver to the Hive market, and that the crate contained only two things, a vial and a dead data pad.
That is weird,
And you, upon hearing this, recognize it, and it sounds very familiar to the vial and the dead data pad that you recovered out of the safe when you were on Akiton.
Weird that. It's probably a coincidence. I wouldn't
Most
I
likely.
wouldn't worry about it. Yeah,
Probably
what
is
are
a
the
coincidence.
odds? There's Akiton, it's known as the vile capital of the world. Of the universe, I guess, so...
Of the universe. You guys see that immediately when you walk up to these doors, by the way, they just open. No problem.
Yeah,
I
let's
know.
go.
Everything's
Registry.
functioning normally. You're seeing a lot of the same people that you saw before. They're just kind of in different places. Again, kind of just hanging out inside of this main space. You do know that Hassachir told you that Cedona is probably going to be set up in the back room near where the Scrimshaw pirates were. That's the best available space they had to do a makeshift medbay.
Any of those mean old security guard folks around?
The Dralix? Yeah, you actually don't see any Dralix at the moment. Just seems like normal population.
Did anybody ever find their bodies?
They appear to be gone.
Okay.
Somebody cleaned it up.
They fixed it.
Luna, as you step down into this lower corner, you see Grub standing across from the Zarb.
Yes, Zarb.
And Grub's antenna appears to be on Zarb's face.
Oh.
And it looks
Aw.
like they're currently having a conversation.
We're friends.
Can't remember what language Zarb spoke.
Like, unintelligible.
Yeah, all he did was actions we followed sometimes.
Yeah.
Puff out
Yeah,
all
we
my
didn't-
feathers and strut up.
So that's what you walk up and do exactly that?
Yeah.
Okay. You strut up and you see the Zarb. He looks completely distracted, honestly engaged in conversation with Grub. But you see he kind of looks over to the left as best he can without taking away from his conversation, and one of his arms kind of lifts up and you hear him make a weird growling noise, and then he flaps his arms pretty rapidly while he's staring at you.
I can't remember what these things mean.
I think you guys basically just yelled back and forth.
There was a lot of
Yeah, and we got a
roaring.
discount.
Yeah.
You did get a discount at one point.
On the friendly blue guy.
Caleb, this giant blue man with one
Oh
eye
no.
walks up to you, and
I'm taking it for a while.
he holds his hand out. It's currently closed.
I will pull out something.
Yeah.
I will pull out this Imperial pacification rifle
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
and then hold out my hand.
Big ticket item.
He grabs the Imperial pacification rifle from you, and he holds his hand over and he opens it, and out of it falls a cylindrical lens pistol.
Oh.
What is that? That sounds awesome.
And he turns and just walks away.
Okay.
It's a cylindrical.
And you see him, he kind of walks over in the corner and sits
do?
down.
Can I reach out to Grub telepathically?
Sure.
I'll say. Well, it looks like you found a new friend there, Grub.
I like the Tsar, but it's a nice guy.
How you doing here on the ship? Less torture, I imagine.
Well, yes, of course there's less torture. This is the good people here. Hopefully they can find me a place to live.
Everybody's being nice to you so far?
Of course, yes.
Alright, well, you take care then.
Okay. You see him like he turns like it's even more of his tentacles on the Zarb and starts really engaging. By the way, this cylindrical lens pistol is a small arm. It does 1d8 fire damage. Its range is 80 feet. It is unwieldy.
Oh.
Yes.
A pistol.
But it is a pistol, yes.
It's a pistol.
It says the lenses of this laser pistol reconfigure themselves for optimal focus between every shot, resulting in a more powerfully focused laser at a slower rate of fire. Cylindrical lens pistols and lenticular lens pistols focus their lasers using specially shaped lenses, while electron lens pistols and sunglass lens pistols are made of rarer materials and incorporate finer electronics. You guys have the sort of lowest tier of this. It is worth pretty good money, though. I mean, if you could sell it for anything.
I actually might be able to make really good use of that. I just realized I'm sitting here, I was thinking it needed to be an operative weapon, but it doesn't. I can make a trick attack with any small arm.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I just had it up. I'm gonna find it again. But I might don't sell it in the next like
Oh, we're selling it right now?
I ain't
Selling it right now?
anytime soon.
We're gonna sell it right now?
Don't sell it!
Is unwieldy bad for you, though?
No. Unwieldy just means you can't attack more than once per turn, right?
And you
I would
do
never.
attacks of opportunity.
You cannot do an attack of opportunity, correct.
With the gun? How am I supposed to pull that off anyway?
Right? You got
That's what
snapshot
the
over
knife
there.
is for.
Yeah, snapshot.
It's 1d8.
Yeah, you can't use an unwieldy weapon as part of a full attack, multiple attacks per round. You can't use it with more than once per round. You can't use it to make an attack of opportunity. So, just one shot per round because it's got a cooldown. Luna, as you walk by the way, you see this giant creature kind of walk up to you as well. And he holds out his fist and he just punches you in the chest.
Like, this is not a normal interaction
It just
with this dude?
it seems like a normal greeting. He just
Okay.
he doesn't seem like he has the social norms of understanding how to like interact normally. This is him trying to interact with you.
To do a trade or just like saying
Yeah,
hey?
he's holding his hand out. Sorry, I meant to say when he punches you, he's just holding his hand out, like full arm, full length of arm.
Alright, I will drop a Tier 1 antitoxin. Interest.
A tier 1 antitoxin. And he opens up his hand, and a small rock falls out.
Yeah!
Thank you. Oh, over it. On my shoulder.
Okay, he moves on. You see him; he's just walking around to all kinds of other people doing the same exact thing.
Yeah, they can't all be bangers.
It's literally a small rock.
Yep, small rock.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'll keep it.
Yeah, that's
To remember him by.
You walk into the sort of gambling area. You do see the Glimshar pirates, the Scrimshaw pirates. They're all in here. They seem to be making strange sounds all around a gambling table.
Hey, I speak their language. What are they saying?
You speak their language now?
Yeah.
Do you really?
what
Yeah.
even is their language?
Yeah, it is Terran. That's right.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah,
I also
good
love
memory.
Sharon.
Man,
You
dang it.
aren't Taryn?
Apparently.
I woke up and I say, "Oh, we greatly appreciate the help with which you helped us earlier when previously you helped us to lure some Aslanti starships into the space station to bring the starships here."
Yes. Did you get the ship? The ship that goes to the prison, where the prison is guarded by the ship? Did you get the ship and go to the prison? Yes.
We did. We we went to prison. We got people out of prison that were in the prison.
Yes,
and
yes,
got them
yes,
out of it.
But the ship, was it a good ship? Did the ship fly like a starship flies, like straight like a ship? Was it a good ship? Was it a ship?
The ship was definitely a ship, and it definitely
Yes.
flew, and it definitely flew like a starship.
Did the ship shoot? Did you shoot other ships and the starships in the sky? Were
Not
you
as
flying
much
around the
shooting
prison shooting
starships
ships?
happened when we were flying the starship, but we did have guns to shoot starships if we needed to shoot starships with our starships.
Please come tell us more stories about ships, shooting other ships in the sky, starships shooting other ships.
I will come back later and we will talk more about talking about starships later when I come back later.
Ships, yes.
Alright, fine.
Was the ship shape? Was it a ship-shaped ship?
It was a ship-shaped ship. You open the door and you see what appears to be a pretty makeshift medical bay. Seems pretty advanced for what you would imagine could actually be in this space. But it's here. Has basically full functioning medical bay. Looks like it's prepared to kind of do whatever needs to be done. You see a guy standing there. And he turns immediately upon you opening the door and he just says, "Hello! Who are you to enter this room of medicine?"
Oh, we're friends of Cedona there.
Also, he's a doctor.
Yeah, I'm a doctor too. That's a good point.
Friends of hers, please excuse my rudeness. One can never be too cautious. My name is Dr. Fielk. You may call me Fielk. What is your name?
Yeah, looks like Jason Momoa.
Twick. I'm Dr. Twick Quig.
Well, Dr. Twick Quig, it is nice to meet you. I am Fielk. I am an android doctor here on Outpost Zed. I treat what we call semi-tissues. This is your friend, correct?
By android doctor, do you mean you're a doctor that is an android, or you're a doctor of androids, or both?
That's a good question.
One in the same. I myself am an android, and I also treat androids.
Incredible.
So, you know what's wrong with her? I imagine? By this time?
Yes.
Hopefully?
It appears your friend had special nanites injected into her neural connections during extended sessions of interrogation. This is a highly dangerous and traumatic procedure. I am surprised she is alive. However, her brain and central processing cortex appear to have adapted to the nanites over time, forming a sort of symbiotic relationship with the host. I am familiar with this type of symbiosis, as I previously had a creature living inside of me. It is what your kind call a tapeworm, but we merely call them synthi-ruled.
Merely.
I feel like tapeworms are not symbiotic and are parasites, but maybe that's wrong.
Just really wanted to lose weight.
Are you sure it wasn't Gua'uld?
I do not understand what a Goa'uld is. And who might you be?
My name is Ko.
Just Ko.
Ko Shishimi.
Ko Shishimi, it is nice to meet you. I am Fielk.
It is not shishi. It is not the food.
Ah, I was confusing it for the fish on top of rice ball. It is sashimi. My apologies. It is nice to meet you. I am Fielk.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get your name. What is it again?
Fielk. F-E-A-L''C. Fielk.
Are you positive it's not a Goa'uld?
I do not understand this term, Goa'uld.
Okay. Just making
We
sure.
call the tapeworms synth-ruled. Regardless, your friend will recover, but it will take time. I have been slowly reducing the amount of nanites near her central processing cortex. The process may take many days before she is fully recovered, though she may have some memory loss in part due to the traumatic events. She will likely remain in the unconscious state she is in until her body adapts to the change. I will remain with her until this occurs.
Well, you need any help, or?
Do you often work on semi-tissues?
I'm gonna guess no.
Androids are quite complex creatures. And though I do know some doctors who work on androids that are not semi-tissues themselves, the most prominent doctors of the type are of the same. We are all semi-tissues. We understand our own biology more correctly, effectively, and completely.
Well, I'll probably check in a couple times a day or so. We're not that far away. But if you need help for some reason, I'll be around.
I'm a guy who doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, he's a guy.
Hey, I know some
not-
stuff, just not specific.
Just not helpful,
On
right?
Android.
Yeah. No, that's perfect.
I will call on you if I do need assistance during this process. In the meantime, what? Yes,
Can I
sir.
look at-
Ko Sashimi.
I'm not talking to him. I'm in character. I
okay.
would like to look at this man's forehead. Is there anything there?
Hi.
Yeah,
Are
you
you
see a
okay?
very strangely shaped golden circle implanted in his forehead. And it's not like it's protruding. It's like a cutout from his skin, and it's a light.
Oh, it's just a
Interesting.
headlamp?
A
No,
built-in
just like
headlamp.
not like light. It is a light. It is
Oh.
lit.
It is on fire.
Oh, it's lit. Oh, yeah.
It's loot.
Sounds pretty.
It looks like it's like the underlying components of his android makeup.
Does he have a
got low lights.
weapon leaning against anything, like a big staff or something?
You don't see any staffs lying anywhere currently.
No staves?
No staves.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Well, we'll be on our way. Oh, also call us if she wakes up, please. That'd be great.
Of course.
You
I
have
must
our number.
return to my work. Should you have any additional needs, please return through the Hachukai, or what you call a door.
Yeah, will do.
Until next time, Dr. Twick Quig.
Bye, Dr. Fielk.
All right. You leave the medical bay.
Well, time to relax.
Is there like any like music playing throughout the station? They have like
Yes, they probably have like what you would imagine is just lo-fi chill hops to trade stuff to.
so
Soundtrack playing.
lo-fi.
Yeah. Just some good beats underlying. It's not really in your face. If you're in the main part, the main space, it does look like there's a stage where sometimes there's a band set up to play some music, and that would be more like cantina style. But they
Okay.
currently don't have anybody playing.
Is there a schedule?
Is there a schedule? Yes, it actually looks like there may be a band playing here in about a week.
Ooh. Do I know them?
Culture check?
Sure. Oh, that's computers. You asked who? Well, as per normal of my culture checks, 3 and a 1. 16.
We're a total of 16. Yeah, you don't recognize the names on the list.
Who's in charge of the list?
You don't know. It's just a list that's posted on the wall. It almost looks like it's just handwritten list. You could ask around.
Can I ask Hassachir?
Yeah, you can ask Hassachir whenever you see him.
What
You can also send him a message.
Is it in this one?
It's in the main area.
this one?
It's somewhere like right over here against this wall.
I'm gonna see if I can find Hassachir in his normal spot.
Okay. As you walk in, you definitely do not see Hassachir in his normal spot. Although you do know that he is probably currently working on your starship.
Oh. Fair.
But you have access to tachos currently. Or
true.
tacos.
Was there
I will-
anything anyone wanted to buy? We just got a bunch of money, and this is like the shopping area, right?
Grab one quick
Correct.
for flavor, but that's it.
Okay. 1 credit. These are the Zed vendors again. I will provide to you.
Thank you.
One other thing to note is, as I've been reading more about the station, I think what would have happened probably between the time you guys left and the time you guys got back is they had a resupply of some things. And the way that Starfinder is written, any typical sized population center would have level of items of your level +1. This is not typical sized. So I think you could probably buy things that are your item level or less that are outside of this list.
Okay.
Unless it's something absolutely bizarre. These are traders. There's a whole bunch of them. You'll be here for a while. You'll have time to look through their wares.
Sure.
Last time was more of like you didn't have a lot of time to look through what they had. And there's pretty much no time in this AP where you go to a center in which you can buy things from normal merchants. So here we are. This is where it's going to happen.
Okay.
So you guys can do that now, or we can do that off session. Doesn't matter to me. You guys have
we
3,000 credits you got from Hassachir? Or
Yeah,
from
I put that
Talmrin?
in the loop.
Okay. So you guys will spend some time buying things here. Anything else you want to do before you head back?
I think so. For me, at least.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Lisk, Co, Luna?
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay for now.
I just need to figure out how to get on that list.
That list.
Yep, exactly. You can send a message to Hassachir. I mean, you have his comm connection.
Oh, I do. Okay.
You just don't necessarily know exactly where he's at.
Okay.
Let me send us back to
I'll
this.
send him a Teams message.
Send him a quick Teams message. Very nice. Okay. So you guys are back on the ship, or not on the ship, on the space dock. Your ship's still outside. You see, as you're kind of here, you're seeing things come and go. You see a whole bunch of robots flying around the ship. It looks like they're doing repairs on the hull. Some people are coming and going through the central hallway. It just looks like normal residents of the space station, nothing out of the ordinary, but it's very rare that they come through this hallway. Most of the time they're arriving and like docking right next to your ship or next to the actual area where things are getting repaired. And that's where they're doing their work. I presume kind of we're going to follow this sort of same metric, right? Like you guys are going to go in and check on Cedona once a day. You'll go see if you want to trade anything. Luna, you're looking to see if you can have a place on the stage. Anything else you guys are doing in the meantime?
A little impromptu, test out some of the new material.
Oh, can we hear some of the impromptu? Is it just all whistling? Are you like a what is that type of music called? Yeah, where they play whistle music. Thanks, Jake. That's really hard to remember.
What? No, that's a good part. I actually feel like I don't know. What does Luna play?
I had something canonical, didn't I?
I feel like you did. Maybe back in your backstory. I know you had kind of like Rockstar vibes.
Yeah.
So I always imagined you with like an electric guitar, but I don't know if that's
right.
Also what I thought.
Yeah, I don't know if that was actually like established.
Oh, grunge rock guitarist, it says. In
yeah,
your
that's
bio.
about right.
Grunge.
Yeah, but it's like grunge fusion. So it'd be like like the lyrics are gonna all be more bird calling.
Yeah,
That's
right.
Yeah.
The big gun.
Big gun on the back.
But yeah, maybe
rock and roll.
Maybe it's like a fusion of like the chorus has like this really sick like drop and then it's a lot of like really harmonic bird calling, and then there's actual lyrics for like verses.
Okay.
It's a little bit
All
heavier.
right. Yeah. No. I love it.
Okay. You send a message to Hassachir. It does take him a little while to get back to you, and his response just says basically the note: repairs are going well. John, Jacqhn, is
John.
Actually the person who manages the list of people who will be playing. So
I was
will
like,
forward
I need
this
to talk
him.
to John. I should have just talked to him.
Hassachir says we're going to be having the drones continue to work on the Starship overnight. If you need anything else, please let me know. And that's it. He signs off. We're about, let's say a few days have gone past so far. Anything you guys have done in the meantime? I mean, clearly you've been gaining some skills, learning new languages as you've leveled up.
Yeah.
You've been checking in on Cedona. Anything
I've been
else happening?
Healing. How many days has it actually been?
It has been 5 days so far.
All
A
right.
lot of hit points there, were you?
I think I healed all my hit points on the trip back to the station. Can I
Four is enough to get me max.
research at all Zolan Ulivestra?
Yeah, you can attempt to on the computer. You just roll me a culture check.
Come on, baby.
6 or 12 points now.
Oh
that's better.
my
Okay,
gosh. All right, hold on.
That was almost a double 2 though, which would have been
Crushing.
Let me see where this information. Yeah, a couple, like you would get most of the same things you did before, maybe a few extra things. I'll just kind of read some of these off to you. You recognize him as part of the Imperial Vanguard Scout Corps. Scout Corps, I don't know. It's a branch of the Imperial Fleet. They're responsible for exploration, recon, and forward military operations. And you get the sense that this Sardat is a part of the is a high-ranking officer in that organization. You know that you kind of get the sense that he has control over the moon, Gulta. And that he is in charge of the ship that patrols there. The Zandamont, which is a Vanguard parapet. Because it's this type of ship that's designed for short-range combat over the top of existing planets, not necessarily for long-range traversal. What else would you have gotten out of that? He's an Aslanti noble. He uses. You know that he owns the moon. We talked about that a minute ago, but you notice he owns the moon. What else would you know?
Do you know where he hangs out, or what his normal, where his normal environs?
Yeah, you know that he is quite often at the Aslanti Star Empire's main planet, which is called... I cannot remember the name of it. New Thespera. Lots of interesting information about the Aslanti Star Empire while you're researching this. You do know that New Thespera is actually where the original colony of the Aslanti was. That's where they landed when they first came from Galarian.
Mm-hmm.
It orbits the star Aristia and is the seat of the Star Imperator. You would know that this title is currently shared by twin scions, and that they have ruled the Star Empire that their dynasty has ruled the Star Empire for nearly 2,000 years.
A full dawn, day, dusk situation going on there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You also get the sense that that's where the Sardat spends a lot of his time. You see him in a lot of public appearances. He is pretty high up, it appears, but there's not a lot of information about where he's at outside of New Thespera. And in the process of you looking, you're also looking, I'm sure, for Aurelos.
Yeah.
You're not seeing any information about...
Okay.
Yeah, you're not seeing any information about Aurelos. Anybody else researching or doing anything else?
I think Lisk would like. I think you mentioned there was some gambling. I think Lisk would be down for that.
Okay. Are you... Let's just pretend you go back over there to do some gambling.
Well, yeah, Aaron, it's a make-believe game. We gotta
No,
pretend all of it.
No. Are you gonna play? You would know when you got over there, the Glimshar pirates, you don't speak their language.
Yeah, I was hoping there might be somewhere else. I also find them a little annoying.
They're sitting there and they're like trying to talk to you. You can't communicate back, but then one of them like hits one of the other people over the head next to them. It appears to just be like a human. And they just say, well, in order to play like, yeah, you gotta put down 2,000 in credits.
Oh my fucking god, that's so much.
You wanna play? That's the buy-in.
The high stakes table right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's the only stable table here.
Jesus. It's like a slummy place. I figured there'd be like a craps table.
This is not a slummy place. This is a good game here if you want to play it.
Lisk, set up your own craps table.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, no, I left my credits in my other pants. I got too rich for my blood. 2,000 hachi machi.
For what it's worth, there is actually a paragraph in the second book that talks about the gambling process for this room. And if you really want to go down that road, we can.
Knowing my luck, I will lose 2,000 credits immediately. Like, roll one, it'll be like, well, there goes 1,500. You want to keep playing?
I'm in now.
Oh, you know what? This says that it's not the buy-in. It is that the person shows they have a stake of at least 2,000 credits. You have to be able to show that before you can play. I am wrong. It is not actually putting down 2,000 credits. You have to actually show that you have it.
That's better. It still makes me too nervous. It's too much money. I was hoping to just like go in and like lose 100 credits. Like I could live with losing 100.
Well, if you want to try a quick round, the ante is 100 credits.
Put the keys to your Aston Martin on the table.
I mean, I could.
Don't wager the Indefatigable. That's good.
No.
That was one time. One time. I'll do 100.
Okay.
I can live with 100.
Make me an intelligence check.
Uh-oh. Well, it just got better. It just got better. Hey, that's a 2-digit number, too. Look at me go.
All right, 17. You completely fail to understand the rules of this game. That doesn't mean they're going to prevent you from playing.
That sucks, but okay. I can bluff my way through this. That's fine.
Okay. You lose your 100 credits.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. I tried.
Would you like to play? Would you like to play again?
Oh, no. No.
All right.
One and done.
Okay, come on back if you want to play again.
Yep.
One and done, that's what I always say.
All right.
Said that once.
Okay, so you guys, a couple more days pass. It's like, or not a couple more days. Another day passes. It's getting closer. I think I told you it was day 5. It was day 4 earlier. Now it's day 5. And you guys get a video message from Hassachir, actually. Huh. And he says, you see him pop up on the video screen on the console in the room, not specifically directly to you, but he pops up on the console in the room, so everybody's there who can kind of watch. And he comes on the screen, and you realize it's not a video message, and in fact, it's him. He's talking to you. He's literally video conferencing you because this is 2022. Actually, this is the year like 319 after Gap.
Sure.
Yeah, 319 AG.
Sure. Yeah.
And he says,
Hello! A quick update. The hull has been repaired. A significant amount already as the drones are working around the clock. We've noticed some issues with one of the upgrades and I will need a few more days to deal with one of the merchants for a few parts. Apologies. We will have you along your way soon. Do you need anything else?
I think we're good. Thanks for the update.
Please let me know if you need anything else. Thank you.
he hangs up.
Wow, couple more days.
I wanted to say something mean, but then I didn't want to be mean.
What did you want to say mean to him?
I don't know. Something about, he said you need anything else. I was like, maybe do your job and get this done. When it's supposed to be done.
Chris.
Glad you didn't say that out loud.
Okay, so at the end of the night, you guys are kind of bedding down for the night. You guys are all in the pods, recovering, and while you're sleeping, you hear the sound of what appears to be an explosion.
What?
Oh.
No.
How did this happen?
Completely surprising. I didn't.
It's crazy, right?
I've never seen or heard anything like this before.
Never once. Never once.
So we're in our pods.
Yeah, you
All
hear
this
the
one?
sound of the explosion. You can feel it in the pods. It shakes the entire place.
Can I
Sharing
have
that
a
pod,
pod
are you guys? It's gonna get weird in here.
What do you do?
Lisk
I roll
sits
over.
up in his
Yeah.
pod, holding a tacho.
Is Lisk clean now? Or did you turn off the?
The grooming.
Can you turn off the grooming?
Yeah, that's a good question. Can you turn off the grooming part?
Yeah, you can turn off the grooming.
Okay, yeah. Lisk's still dirty.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Actually, it's
100%.
probably worse because he's been sleeping with nachos.
It smells terrible in that pod.
Oh man.
Yeah, do not go. No,
That's why I picked the
eliminates
one on the
waste.
Waste, but not tachos.
Same difference.
All right, so Twick, you walk up to the computer, and actually you
Yeah.
can see from right where you're currently at that the computer is alerting you that in the main construction bay that there has been an explosion and that the atmosphere is currently malfunctioning, but that the control of the force field should be back up momentarily and return the bay to full atmosphere. And a few seconds pass, and you do hear the alarms. They stop. The lighting returns to normal, and everything seems to be fine. The computer indicates that whatever happened with the explosion is now done. It's been resolved.
Okay, what? I want to put on my suit.
Yeah, can I put on a suit?
Yes.
Check some stuff out.
You guys put on your suits, and
Whoa,
Luna.
Lisk is eating another tacho. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves here.
All right, you guys put on your suits, and Luna, as you enter this room, the door behind you shuts and locks,
As I upgraded my con, it's okay.
and the door in front of you opens.
Dude.
You do feel like a slight depressurization. Not much. It does seem
I
that
don't get vented.
no, you don't get vented. It
That's
does
good.
seem that the bay has pressurized back to normal, but nothing else is currently happening.
Okay. Do I see anything?
Yeah, you see two things. Kind of from where you're at, you can kind of see some almost like burn marks on the ground. It's kind of hard to see because you're so far back and this platform is elevated, but you think there's some burn marks on the ground, on the floor underneath, kind of towards the actual force field itself.
Is the ship in one piece?
Yeah, the ship appears to be in one piece.
I'll try the door behind me. Is it?
It's currently shut and locked. If you want to attempt to open it, you can attempt to with an engineering check.
Can I reach my buddies overcom?
Yeah, you can talk to him
Okay.
over comm.
Not sure what
try it.
happened, but I appear to be locked out. I'm just gonna take a peek around the corner.
I'm gonna try to walk through from this side.
Okay. Two things happen almost simultaneously. One, you try to open the door. Doesn't work. Door seems to be shut. You don't know how, but it's locked in place. Luna, as you step out in this room, the animated mechanized tools that are sitting in this corner all of a sudden come to life.
Help!
And
Oh my
Oh, no!
goodness.
They got circled!
That's really big.
and you see the arms reach out towards you. and we are going to enter some combat here. Let me unpause.
Get him.
3.
All right.
Wait, are you kidding me?
Let me put this back up here.
I totally
Man.
rolled a 17, and then somebody
is-
else hit mine, and it rolled over to an 8. And it gave me the 8.
That guy is big. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a big dude on the screen here. Let me pull this out to the side. 1 second. All right. So what have you communicated exactly over the comms, Luna?
Up until now, just that the door was locked and that I was gonna peek around the corner.
Okay.
Unless I can say more stuff now.
That's probably all you've had an opportunity to say, because
Okay.
you really didn't know what was happening when you stepped into this room. Lisk,
So,
you have
Luna's
heard
just-
what she said over the comms.
okay. Damn it, Cal.
He had to get where it was important. That's
It's
where you
not
need
my
to be.
fault you stayed in bed and ate tachos.
No, dude, it's important that you, the guy who's so good at engineering, is right in front of the doors that need an engineering check. That's great. It's just good to have you on the team. Well, I guess Lisk is gonna hop out of bed, one tacho in his mouth and one more in his hand. He's gonna walk over to his computer and see if he can do anything from here.
Quick computers check.
For sure. Okay, 22.
22. Yeah, you don't really see much in the way of being able to do anything from this station. With that check, however, you do remember that the controls for the tools to operate the ship are directly behind it.
Right. Okay, nice.
Okay. Twick.
Directly behind it. You're talking about the room that's back there, or like there?
There, which you can see kind of from the main bay, but you cannot access it. You have to actually get behind the tools, which is in that hallway behind.
Oh, that
Okay.
locked door.
Well, unawares of the giant robot, I was checking out the other way with my suit on, just to
Okay.
make sure nothing blew up on this side.
No, you're good. You don't see anything. Just you see the closed door on one end. You see the metal, the welded metal plate on the other end.
Okay. I will just head back in.
Okay. Luna, we're on to you.
So this thing's reaching for me.
It looks like it's reaching your direction.
In such a way that I'd need like an acrobatics check to move away.
No, not yet. No.
Okay.
It hasn't quite gotten to you yet.
How far can this thing reach?
Well, it basically can access almost any part of your ship from inside the room.
Oh.
So
Our ship.
So extremely far.
Just kill Luna.
it's very long. Yeah.
So I get the feeling that like nowhere is safe. Like in here, it could reach in here.
Yeah, you get
In
the
the
sense that it doesn't
airlock.
really matter where you're at. It can probably reach you.
All right. So I can't fly over here, can I?
No, honestly, all you can see is you can kind of see through some of the subcomponents of these tools, but they take up almost the majority of this wall.
Okay.
You just have visibility back into that space generally.
All right. Well, I will let everyone know that the robot is alive and is trying to kill me. The robot is alive and is trying to kill me. And I'll what do I even do here? Do I know? Does this thing like have cameras that it uses to see?
You can see cameras kind of mounted on this machine. It appears that some are mounted on the arms and some are just mounted on the front, so that it can both navigate its arms as well as pinpoint the positioning of them.
All right. So yeah, so I let him know that I need help. Oh, I do have. So I'll toss a smoke grenade right here, and I'll move back into the smoke cloud.
Okay. Moving to the smoke cloud.
And hope that it can't see me.
That will give you. I'm trying to remember what kind of cover that gives you.
Total.
Full cover.
Did you hold your breath when you walked in it?
I'm wearing a suit.
Oh, that's right. You're wearing the suit. It grants concealment. So 50%.
Wait.
All right. It is, weirdly enough, the tool's turn. And you see its arm head straight for you, at least where it thinks you're at. And the pinchers attempt to grab you in where you're currently at, where you're currently standing. So this will be... that's going to be a 21 against KAC.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to roll for concealment. Let's see. 50 and up, it'll hit. 49 and down, it won't, or whatever.
Or whatever.
Or whatever. Oh! He grabs at the air and misses you.
Yeah.
Love
Doesn't know
to
where you're
hear
at.
it.
Doesn't know
say-
where you're at.
I was gonna say it's a 1 to 50.
Yeah, 1 to
It's a
50 is
miss.
what I meant.
Yeah.
All right, Ko, you're up.
Ko steps back
Oh,
and
interesting.
kneels down in meditation. Turns off his lightsaber
Is that it?
and awaits when he can do something to help.
Okay.
The droid decals are coming down the hallway.
Yeah.
They're real.
Okay, all right. Lisk, you're up.
Real quick before I go, did anyone else want that cylindrical laser pistol, or can I have taken that?
Oh, I would have immediately given it to you.
Okay, great.
I'm using that too.
I didn't think anyone else would want it, but I didn't want to just put it in my inventory without checking. Okay, so I will do that in a second. I am going to... I guess I'm gonna run over here and try to engineering check this door.
Okay. Engineering check.
And I will point out to Twick that the controls are through this door.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah, great minds think alike. That's an engineering check, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Boom. Nailed it. 100%.
Oh my gosh, 35.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my
Um,
god.
Yeah, so you walk up this door, you're able to access the console pretty effectively. You move some wires around, and what you notice is that something is currently keeping these doors from operating normally. The only way you're going to be able to get them open is to cycle the airlock, which is, you believe, is going to take 6 rounds.
Oh.
Oh my god.
So you can activate it right now, or you can hold off. It's kind of up to you, but that's pretty much the only way you think you can get the doors open.
Okay. Do we have a line of communication? How is Luna talking to us? Do we have like
You just
radios?
threw our
Yeah,
comm
you have
links.
your comm links.
Okay.
I mean, we should probably start it. I don't know.
well,
Man,
I'm
it's not
thinking
awful.
cycling the airlock, right? That means both doors are gonna close, right?
True.
Correct.
So I'm thinking if I just wait for Luna to hop in there, I can at least. I mean, it kind of sucks to lock you in there for 6
Oh.
rounds, but you won't get killed by a giant robot,
That's
which
true.
I count as a win.
That is a win.
So yeah, I will just say, I will basically communicate that to Luna, like, hey, I'm about to cycle the airlock, get back in there. And yeah, I'll just do it once he's in there.
Okay. Twick, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna pull out a biohack real fast, a booster.
Okay.
Hit myself with a booster. It'll give me a +2 on skill checks for like 5 rounds.
Oh, must be
4
nice.
rounds.
All right.
And
Biohacker.
immunity to COVID.
And then I will head in to control room, hopefully,
Okay.
and get ready to hack that door open, probably.
Yeah, how much was your move speed?
I have 30.
30. All right, so you were able to get there, and then, but you used your biohack,
used
so that's
my
all you can do.
biohack.
Okay. Luna, you're up.
All right. I will. Fly in here.
Okay. You fly in there. Is that all you're doing?
And hope that airlock gets cycled. All right, I'm in here now.
Okay, it is the tool's turn. As weird as that is to say, its camera's caught you moving back towards the airlock, so it's going to again take its pinchers and attempt to get you.
Oh, it's gonna pull me out of there.
All right. Wow, I'm not even joking. This is a natural 20 on the die. I will show you. Man, I don't want to show you because then you'll see its bonus, which is stupid. Natural 20 on the die. If you really need to check it, you can look it on the stream. You really need to see it. Actually, is it on the stream?
It usually is.
Well, who knows?
That's how I know you don't punch your
Foundry's been
rolls.
running weird lately, so who knows? Okay, so it's going to attempt to pincher you, and it did, and you are going to take... not a lot of damage. You're going to take 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And it is going to grab you.
Okay.
Man, sure hope it doesn't pull you out of there.
For free.
It does do it for free because of the size of arm it is.
Ooh.
What was your KAC? Oh, it doesn't matter because I rolled a
18.
natural 20. Yeah, so, yep. Automatic grapple. All right. You are currently grappled. Co, you're
I'll
up.
be able to close the door on this arm.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ko's waiting,
Okay. Goes waiting.
meditating.
Risk.
He's waiting for the force field to
I'm
open.
gonna
so he can
try
fly.
to close it. I'm gonna try to do the airlock
Do it.
thing.
Okay. You've already rolled the engineering check for this, so you try to close the airlock door, and you hear the system cycle. Luna, what you see is the door hit the arm. It's hitting the arm of this mechanized tool while you're currently inside of the airlock. And it doesn't seem to be working, Lisk.
Hey, Luna, get out of the door!
It's not my fault.
Are you doing anything else?
Can I just ready an action to do it again when Luna says it's clear? Like, is that
Yes.
doable? Okay.
Yeah, you can ready that. I'll let you ready that.
All right.
All right, Twick.
Trying to open this door.
Okay. Engineering check. Gee,
Wow. Wow.
All right, you're able to unlock the door.
Turns out it was never locked at all. It's just a push.
You just
Yeah.
Everyone's
it's a push
pulling
button on
on
a
it.
handle. Yeah, you walk in the room and you see a console to the left and a door to your right,
Anything
headed sort of straight south.
on the console immediately.
You can't tell from where you're at. You
Okay.
have to approach it.
There we go.
Yeah, as you walk up, this appears to just be an infosphere console.
Okay.
Nothing necessarily that would control anything.
Got it.
You can still move. That was kind of a free action there.
Okay. I will move the rest of the way. I think that's plenty of movement for that.
Okay. Right. Luna, you are up.
Can I do anything? Can I get out?
I'm looking that up right now.
I believe in you. It's probably...
Wait, what was your KAC?
18.
Sorry, you're not grappled. You are pinned.
Okay.
Oh, that's worse.
Because it rolled a natural 20. Pinned. You cannot move. You're flat-footed. You take penalties to the same attributes for grappled, but the penalty is -4. Grappled is AC, attack rolls, reflex save, initiative checks, dexterity-based skill and ability checks. And you can't make attacks of opportunity. So yeah, I don't think you can do anything.
Sounds good.
Other than maybe try to swing at it or shoot at it. Not much you can do there.
You can try to free yourself. Right?
Yeah, you
my
can usually
my
break
weapons are all
grapple.
two-handed.
Let me see what the DC is to try to free yourself. Pinned.
And scratch it with my claws.
You can always attempt to free yourself through an acrobatics check or an attack roll. In this case, acrobatics check. What would the DC be, though? DC of... I did not expect you to be pinned.
I don't think he's hitting it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I mean, you're taking a -4, so... Well, I don't... I'm gonna have to look this one up because I don't see it on this sheet.
It's usually like...
15 plus 1.5 times CR.
I mean...
I found it. It is on the acrobatics page. It is 10 plus the grappler's KAC.
Sure, yeah,
All
why
right.
not?
Mhm.
Why? Why is
So
it
what is
against
it?
their KAC?
I don't know.
All right,
10
make
plus,
a roll.
10 plus, so as long
10.
as the grappler's KAC is 12 or lower. Hey,
Oh my god.
22.
A lot of 20s tonight.
You cannot wriggle
Yeah, that's
yourself
what I thought.
free.
Is 20's not an auto success?
I don't think so. I think it's only for a...
skill check, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean...
I mean, he rolled a skill. I don't know. Doesn't look like a skill check.
Yeah, I don't think you're able to wriggle yourself free there.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess just over the comm. Slight problem. I'm gonna need you guys to get in here.
All right. And it is the tool's turn. It's going to do something special this time. Now that you're currently pinned, you actually see
Yes.
another arm come out.
See, I know how these things are written, and what's about to happen to me is very bad.
Two things happen all at once. The first arm that comes out, you see on it an electrified saw blade
Yeah, that's what
that's
I
currently
expected.
spinning. And it also is attempting to pull you towards it.
Mm-hmm.
So, here we go. Roll
This
again.
is when we were playing
Ooh.
Rune Lords. This is the type of encounter where I was like, I just hope this will hit because it does like nasty stuff, but it
Yeah.
never hit.
All right. What is your KAC currently as pinned?
12.
All right. He is going to move you towards him, and you are in fact going to be right up next to him. He's going to pull you all the way down and like basically right in front of him
Door's clear.
on the floor. And he is going to hit you with this electrified saw blade that is currently in... I keep saying he. It is going to hit you with this electrified saw blade.
Could be a point
Thank
robot.
you.
Yikes.
Honestly, not that bad. Not that
It's only
bad.
1d6?
Whoops.
It's a saw.
I know. Yeah, that's pretty much all it does. You're going to deal... Sorry, the first one didn't add it. Here we go. You're going to get 5 points of electricity damage.
An
What am I
electric
what
saw?
am I missing here?
I have a lot
don't
of
know, man.
questions about this saw.
I don't know.
Whatever
That's
happens
what
next is
it's-
going to be extremely bad.
The blade's
Um,
entirely electric. There's no real.
Hold on, I haven't
Oh.
dealt the other damage yet. 1 second.
Oh, there we go.
So
Oh,
you're
that
gonna
was
take
from the electricity. I didn't get the cutting damage yet.
well, no, that's from the electricity. You also get pincher damage. So you're gonna take 5
Oh.
points of electricity damage and 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Ko, it is your turn.
Alright.
Think about
I'm gonna
3 more rounds of that.
move up towards this door.
Okay.
See how this goes over here.
All right.
I have more faith on this side.
All right. Back to the top of the order. Lisk.
I mean, starting the cycle now doesn't super duper help, huh?
It's not great.
But I don't know what else I can do.
You can start it and walk away,
You
right?
start and run, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll do that. That way it'll open up
At
eventually.
least
So I'll,
in 6 rounds it'll be open, right?
yeah, I'll just start it.
Okay. You
Yeah,
start
I'll
it.
start it, and then I will take my move action to get. Yep. Nope. Everything's fine. Don't. Nobody panic. 20. Oh, there's the door.
I was wondering what you were doing. Where you trying to go?
There we go. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize I was trying to go through a wall.
All right, so you run over between Ko and Twick.
Yeah.
All right. Twick,
Open the door.
you open the door. See another door.
Open the door.
You open the door.
Ah.
You see the control console of the back of this machine.
Yeah. Okay. Get to here. Am I close enough to use controls from here? I need to go a step farther.
I think you need to be a step farther to get them.
Okay, in that case, I will turn around and I will shoot Lisk with a booster also.
Okay.
I'll turn around and shoot.
Traitor.
Okay, Luna.
Yep.
Actually, you can't get out of this pin. So,
Yeah.
is there anything else you would like to do?
Anytime, folks. Would be
We're trying.
appreciated. I know it's mostly my fault for going out all by myself. But
Don't worry, I'm cycling the door. 6 rounds.
All right, here comes this attack. Maybe he'll roll poorly. Nope, he didn't roll poorly. You are still pinned. And here comes the damage roll. On the first one, you're going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And you're going to take... oh boy. 8 points of electricity damage.
You know, this reminds me, we should buy some serums of healing.
You think so? All right. This thing squeezes you even tighter, pulling you closer to the system. Electrified saw just crunching down on you. Ko,
I can't believe
Still
this thing
meditating.
isn't dealing a ton more damage than this.
I think there's a reason it doesn't deal a ton more damage.
Well, I guess that's fair.
I can't really, like, miss it here. 5, 10, 15.
You can control drag yourself to get a ruler.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can do here with one move. I shout moral support.
Shout moral support. All right. List, what are you doing?
Pew! Computers.
All right.
You get a +2 from me.
Yeah, let's go. Computers check, right?
Watch out for traps.
You touch the
Or is it
computer,
engine?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
sure.
Oh,
and
oh no.
Hmm.
instantly
Oh, no.
a bolt of electricity comes out of the back of it.
Ugh.
Reflex save from everybody in the room.
Oh no.
Oh, not my best roll.
All right, here we go.
Oh no.
17 from Lisk, 21
Yep.
from Quick, and 8 for Ko. All right, this machine, the moment you touch it, you didn't notice, but the controls, the buttons, the pads, they're all currently electrified, and a bolt of electricity hits you and then bounces from you to Twick and from Twick to Ko. And
That's a lot of
let's see
D6s.
this is going to be 22 points of electricity damage to Ko, and half that for Twick. Lisk, you don't take any damage.
Wow.
What? No.
Nice being an operative.
It is nice.
All right, you are standing at the computers, though. You can still attempt to hack this. It's going to be a computer
3
check.
5s,
Awesome.
2 3s, really?
Sorry, man.
Extra 2, let's go. Ooh, double digits. That's a 29.
Oh my gosh, 29. All right, you are able to get into this computer, and you believe you can disable the system that's currently got Luna pinned to the ground.
Do I want to disable
That's the
that?
question.
Is there like a
That
double
is-
saw button, maybe?
There is, in fact, a drill button.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh,
Let's change it up a
Now
little
we're
bit.
cooking. No, I will deactivate. Or
Okay.
whatever you said.
All right, you deactivate the system. Luna, it instantly
golf
releases you,
clap.
drops you to the ground, and all of its components go back to their normal position.
I will video call Hassachir from the ground where I am.
Okay. He answers, and he just says,
Hello? Yes. What is it?
Hassachir, why did the robot just try to kill me?
What robot? I am not familiar with a robot. Where?
Have you been letting your friends down here without permission? The dock robot. It nearly took my head off.
Ship. Do you mean the tools to work on the ship?
Yes.
Working on the ship.
That
Are
one.
you okay? Did you get hit by that blast?
Do you know what that was?
I don't really know. We were doing some late night work on the ship. I was knocked unconscious from the force of the explosion. It seems like it came from the back of the ship. Uncertain as to what it was, though.
Where are you right now?
I'm currently on the outside of the ship. I was in environmental gear, along with some robots and some other crew.
Like, look, see if I can see him.
you can't currently see him from where you're at because you're on the ground.
Stand up.
You still can't see him. The ship is really big.
Fucking, they blew up our ship! Unbelievable.
Hassachir will just say,
I do apologize. Is everyone okay from the blast?
Yeah, I think we're fine. I mean, nothing bad really happened.
I took
from
a
the
lot
blast.
of electric damage.
There's a problem with your tools, I think. Your Hassachir.
Yeah. Someone said it's evil. I don't know who would do that. I don't know why it even has that button.
I don't know what happened. I apologize. That is not us. My sincerest apologies.
Is the terminal to this thing normally trapped?
Yeah, actually, can I try to figure out while I'm here, like, what happened? Like, is there, like, a mysterious USB plugged in? Or, like...
Yeah, I want to do the same.
yeah, quick perception check. Just from everybody's fine. Okay, you...
Ooh, there it is. Co!
E.
That really woke you up, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, Luna, you don't really notice anything specific. Ko, Lisk, and Twick all on the back of the computer. You don't notice anything specific that looks like anything's happened. It seems like the control is functioning normally at this point. Like somehow it was just overpowered with energy and shocked you.
Well, yeah, it
I
also
wanna-
did try to kill Luna, though.
Yeah, I want to look and see if it's been hacked or tampered with. in
Yeah,
some
can it be
way.
controlled from, like, elsewhere, or does it have to be controlled from...
You get the sense that it has to be controlled from these controls.
Would it have some kind of remote?
Engineering or physical science check from anybody. Anybody who's around this machine, because you guys can kind of see two different things here. You can see what's currently happening in the bay, and you can see what's happening behind.
Got
I
that
don't
30
know
on
that.
physical science.
I don't know what's going on, I've just been almost killed.
You have no idea.
It definitely has a saw.
Mm-hmm. I see the
Twick.
pincers.
Yeah, you don't really notice anything specific. It just looks like maybe that something caused an overload in this system that caused the machine to go haywire, but nothing that you can particularly see. Luna, about this time, Hassachir calls you. He had hung up earlier, and he calls you back. Did you answer?
Yeah.
Okay. He says,
My apologies. Is everyone okay from the explosion?
I think so. Did you see what caused it?
I didn't see what caused it. It was an explosion from the back of the ship. It knocked me unconscious. Are you okay?
I mean, I'm not... I've been better.
No.
My apologies. Our repair crew will fix the ship quickly and get things back to where they were before. Please,
Okay.
return to the rejuvenation pods and feel better.
Can I sense motive on?
yeah, sense motive.
I mean, man.
On mean man?
31.
31.
On this lying jerk.
This lying jerk. Oh, this guy. He's not. Come on now.
He might have just tried to kill us.
That's a bluff roll.
Whoops. Hold on. I was not in character. Let me pull him up. Let me pull him up. $31. You get the sense that something is going on. You can't quite tell what, but
Hassachir.
it doesn't seem like Hassachir's himself.
Yeah.
Can I'm gonna relay that over private channel too.
Okay.
The other three.
Okay.
Don't know quite what, but I think something's up with Hassachir.
Yeah, it's weird that he asked us like 6 times if we were okay on 2 different calls. Very suspicious.
Yeah, no one's ever cared about us that much.
Exactly.
The fact that he has us here in his private space dock is starting to make me a little bit uncomfortable also.
Hassachir, still on the other channel, is just going to say,
My apologies. Again, we were working on some late night work on the ship when I was knocked unconscious from the force of the explosion. I am fine now. We will get back to working on repairs. Please, relax. Things will be back to normal shortly.
Hassachir,
Yes.
I left some medical equipment on the ship. Can I hop in and grab some?
Of course, you may access the ship at any point.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Hassachir, I know you've been working hard. It's been a traumatic evening. Do you want to come in for a cup of tea or something?
I would be more than happy to come in for a cup of tea. Can you give me approximately 4 hours to complete these repairs?
I was thinking you could come in now, take a little break. Maybe have a scone.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
a taco?
can wait another day for these repairs. We ain't going nowhere. It's just
Sure
the fate of
thing.
the universe or whatever.
Yes, let me see what I can do. Give me 1 minute while I get these repair bots moving, and I will come join you.
the call ends.
Alright.
And
can I see any of any activity on the ship at all?
yeah, actually, you see robots working everywhere, and you're actually able to get this open now because it's been enough rounds at this point. Cycle the airlock and whatnot. One thing, Twick, just by noticing you're kind of looking outside as well. I guess you're not in there yet, but presuming you were trying to figure out the medical bay stuff on the ship, it does look like you could pretty easily access the ship. Not from here. You would need to use the shuttle.
Sure.
But it looks like that everything is normal. You do see the cargo bay currently open, which means that part of the ship at least doesn't have any atmosphere.
Sure. Everything looks fine flying past the ship and the shuttle, though?
Yeah, everything looks fine.
Do we know where the explosion... can we see where it originated?
Yeah, physical science check. When you were in the room, that was your roll. From earlier. That you rolled a... What'd you roll on?
A 1.
You rolled a 1. That's right. Yeah, you didn't really see anything.
My physical science check didn't see what happened to the ship.
Are you on the shuttle, or did you walk out in this main area?
Well, where's the shuttle pick us up? I don't know where the shuttle picks
It
us
picked you up from up in the corner.
up. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna go get on the shuttle.
Okay, you're on the shuttle.
Yeah.
You get to the ship. It takes 30 seconds for the shuttle to get from where you're at to the ship. And you immediately notice that there is almost no atmosphere on the ship at all. Mm-hmm. But you do see drones working everywhere. You see a couple other people that look like they're from Outpost Zed. Familiar faces you've kind of seen as you've been moving. And you see them kind of in and around the ship working on things, welding parts, replacing bulkheads. One of them appears to be working on your sensor array, upgrading that. That's what you guys upgraded, right?
Yep.
Okay. One of them appears to be working on your sensor array. Other than that, it looks pretty normal. Things look like they're progressing rather well on the ship. The hull looks significantly repaired.
Okay. I want to stop off, grab some medical tools, and also take a look at the computers, make sure nothing weird's going on.
All right. Computers check.
27.
27. Everything looks good. All systems seem to be functioning. It does show that you currently don't have any atmosphere inside the ship, or very limited atmosphere. Some compartments are still probably, they have atmosphere a little bit, but nothing really. It's mostly exposed because they've been working on both the inside and the outside of the ship. Other than that, it looks good.
Okay.
And you're able to pick up some medical supplies, some tools.
All right, I will head back.
The explosion came from inside our ship. Is that right?
You don't know. None of you were.
We don't know. Okay.
Luna was the only person that tried to figure out where things blew up.
Yeah, I do want to, if I can, run the shuttle around it. See what's going on the way back. I don't know.
Yeah, you run the shuttle basically like 360 degrees around the ship. You see, again, there's tons of people working on the ship. Inside the shuttle, it's hard to see kind of who they are. When you were up close, when you were inside, you could see people, but outside, it's just people in spacesuits. Generally speaking, though, the ship looks fine. You don't see any damage, no burn damage, no explosion stuff, nothing. You see some people who are currently, it look like they're helping one another up. They're all tethered to the ship in their environmental suits. Looks like some of them have maybe been blown away from the ship by a blast, but it looks like it's more focused towards the back of the ship and not necessarily on or in the ship.
Do you see Hassachir out there?
Perception check. 26. Yeah, at the distance you are in the shuttle, you can't really differentiate between people.
Well, I mean, I assume he's wearing his bright pink jumpsuit that says Hassachir on the front.
The one that he always wears.
Yeah, labeled on his back shoulder blades. Yeah, 100%. Yep.
He's got a big banner that hangs off the back of it that says his name.
Yep.
I'm
totally.
Hassachir.
Yeah.
Totally.
But it's all glitchy looking to match his broken voice box.
It's all edgy.
The trick was he just made somebody else wear that one today.
Yeah.
Well played, Hassachir.
Yeah, you can't really tell the difference between these people.
All right.
What has everybody else been doing during this time?
I'm just resting.
Like a couple minutes have elapsed.
I'm waiting for tea time.
Yeah, I'm resting.
This computer has
Resting at the
access to the infosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I try to see if anything weird has been going on, or any news that's like, oh, it's explosion day. People are gonna be doing explosions.
Explosion day.
You don't see anything on the news. Nothing that stands out to you. It just looks like normal. In fact, the infosphere seems like it's functioning rather normally, and Zed is normal. Nothing's really changed.
Oh, okay. At least we're not under attack or anything. I guess I'll take it.
It's gonna take probably another 20 minutes for Hassachir to get there. Anything you guys want to do in the meantime?
40 tachos.
Yeah.
Some tachos. All right.
No, I'm taking the full short rest, so that's gonna take up some time. Just kind of recovering.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the same.
I'll look at the front of this machine since all I've looked at are the back so far.
Okay.
See if there's anything going on
Physical science check.
up in here. Yeah.
Should be pretty easy for you, I guess.
Yeah, you're good at those.
Yeah. Not bad.
Almost.
31. Barely missed it with a 31. No. As you're looking around, one thing you do notice is that you see like a dark black spot on the floor where it looks like the explosion originated. And it's actually not on the ship. It's approximately right below the grate on the floor.
Oh.
And you can see debris that's been pushed underneath the catwalk. You see some explosion damage to the front of this these animated tools. Actually, I'll just hide them because they're not animated anymore. But you see some explosion damage that happened right around this area on the front of the tools. You also see some charring over here on this power generator. So it looks like the explosion originated inside the facility.
Damage though?
Not a ton. It doesn't really look like there's a lot of damage, but what you do see is that it What was your physical stat check? A 31. It looks like maybe the blast wasn't necessarily like an explosive. Like maybe it was more in the realm of like an electrical explosion, almost like partial EMP. Because the force field appears, you knew the force field was disabled for a minute. This device, or maybe like a reverse EMP, I guess.
Yeah.
These tools, they don't necessarily appear damaged. There's just the char mark on the floor and the little bit of charring over by the power reactor over here.
There's nothing around like the blast spot. There's no equipment or anything, right? It's just the ground.
No equipment, just the ground. You see some like small components, but nothing that you're able to piece together as anything in particular.
How far is where we're at right now from where Cedona is?
2 minutes on the shuttle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, if we got a ton of time, I would love to just go make sure she's not dead.
Yeah.
Or responsible. Either one.
Dead or responsible.
Yeah, those are the two options in my head.
All right. You
Just
step
send a
into that
message.
room, and you're going to send a message?
I was saying you could have sent a message to Fielk if he didn't want to travel over there.
Oh, do we have his number?
Yeah, he gave you his
text,
contact.
his IM?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, winky face? How's Cedona?
You see a text response come through that just says, "This is Fielk. Who am I speaking to?
God damn it, Field.
I do
Hey,
not
Fielk.
recognize this DM.
Yeah, this
what
is
contact is this?
This is Dr. Twick. New phone.
Come on.
Who dis?
Sedona.
Dr. Twick Quig. Yes, Cedona is recovering still. She is on the table. Is there anything else that you need to know?
No, that's it. Have a good night, winky face.
Please take care and Godspeed. He hangs up the call.
Perfect.
Okay. You guys wait around for about 20 more minutes, and Hassachir walks through the door. And we are going to leave it right there.
Open fire.
Oh,
Fire
Trick goes
immediately.
at the corner.
No, I'm sitting in a chair. That's all.
Okay.
He's actually gonna walk like in here. He's just gonna kind of step in. He sees you in here, so he just kind of steps right into the room. Maybe he's in the doorway, I guess.
On the threshold.
Yep.
Does
Okay.
it
Through and
look
hit the
the
button
same?
to lock the door.
He looks normal. It just looks like Hassachir.
No scorch marks.
No
He's
scorch
not
marks.
hiding like a suicide bomber thing under his trench coat.
No.
Wow,
I mean,
so we're
perception
suddenly
check.
Now.
That's grim.
Perception
See
check.
actually multiple people in a large trench coat.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, it's 3 boars.
Also,
It's 3 boars.
percepting for, does it look like he has any like damage on his suit? Like, was he just in an explosion?
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's what I was asking about.
Twick, you don't see any weapons or anything. No explosives. It doesn't look like there's anything that could cause you harm, really. It just looks like Hassachir. And Luna and who else rolled for that? I guess it was just you. Just Luna.
Oh.
No, it's okay. You do notice some burn marks on on like the bottom of his environmental suit near his feet.
Interesting.
That's about it. And we're gonna leave it there.
Drama. Honestly, just glad it wasn't Cedona. She's got nanites in her brain. I don't need
Yeah.
no Manchurian candidate running
Like,
around, blowing up
didn't-
our ship.
Yeah.
It was hard to convince me to go rescue her in the first place, and then if she tried to blow us up right
and She
after,
tries to kill us in the weirdest way possible.
then I would be a little upset.
I'd have a word with Chad if she tried to murder us. Just
I would even be mad. She did so bad. Oh,
Be really upset
we
at
know
him.
for a fact they're in this room, so let's set up a bomb like 100 feet away, and hope that this drill does it
Yeah,
for
there's
me.
something
I don't
weird
know.
going on.
I almost feel like it's not about us.
Hey, I have
Yeah.
a question. Why
Yeah.
does Hassachir want to help us so much?
That's why I suspected him.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I started thinking
helped
about
him
when he
out.
started suspecting Hassachir.
your
But he's
pain-
like really adamant about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, your payment is essentially that you rescued people. I mean, like he's
Yeah.
not. He's like the de facto leader of Outpost Zed.
Yeah.
I mean, there really isn't a leader, but he is a person of importance here. And so the fact that you rescued some people that were involved in some of the operations on Zed, I think he just has respect for that and wants to assist in repairing the shuttle. Plus, he gets to work on a ship. I mean, that's what a Spacedock is designed to do.
I don't think it's completely out of character.
Plus, the only reason our ship is damaged is because we went to do a jailbreak for his people.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, like, it's
I mean,
the
granted,
least you could do, to be honest.
you were also trying to get Cedona out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but
you also brought people back. And
Yes.
1,000 to rescue somebody from a high-security prison in the middle of Islante space?
Not that much money.
yeah.
Right, probably going to
Kinda
get
not
repaid
worth.
in other ways, one of which
Yeah.
being the fixing of your ship.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So.
Sorry, one last thing.
Yeah.
How many days have we been, like, chilling here? I'm wondering if I could get, like, a battery, like a backup battery for this new gun.
Yeah, so I have a note here on current duration. You guys are currently... it took you 4 days to get to Outpost Zed from Gulta, and you've been here for 6 days total. So I guess, what was your question in terms of time frame? Like, what are you looking for?
I was just wondering if I had time to... Between me getting this pistol, was there enough time for me to be like, oh, I should get a backup battery for this?
I mean, almost guaranteed. You had at
Okay.
least 24 hours before this,
Okay, perfect.
this event occurred.
Yeah, I wanted
We
to make
all-
sure it wasn't like we got it, came here, went to bed, and then it was attacked. Because then it's like,
Oh,
what I
no,
thought
no,
to
no,
get
no.
a battery.
No,
But
it's definitely...
over, like,
yeah,
a few
definitely
days,
24
for
hours.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also
Awesome.
have 10 backup batteries and 4
Yeah, we do
high
have a lot of
capacity
batteries.
batteries.
Oh, do we?
If you
Yeah,
need
yeah,
it.
you have plenty. By the way, in case you guys
I
want to
want to
know...
have at least just like 2.
In case you guys want to know, you are currently 32 days into this adventure you're on.
It's only been a month.
That's it.
Yeah. It hasn't been a
Dang.
lot, but there's not a lot of time. Like, it's just been kind of like one thing after another. And you've rolled really well, or I've rolled really well on drift travel. I mean, minimum twice.
Nice.
Wow. Very good.
Yeah.
What do these high capacity batteries do?
They hold more charges.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Can I just
Some-
put that in any gun?
Some
I
weapons
don't
cannot
think
use high capacity batteries.
The
It
gun
shows-
has like a maximum charge
Maximum
level.
capacity.
Correct.
yeah.
Okay. So I should go off of that then?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I do not want the high capacity battery.
Yeah, I don't think we have any weapons that can use them yet.
The
Do we just have
Pulsecaster rifle skin. Or
Oh, nice.
whatever they're called.
do we just have 10 spare batteries? Sorry, we can stop streaming. I'm
No, you're good.
my new gun.
All right. We'll catch you guys. I guess we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Bye.